Okay, first of all, can we all agree that going to Pizza Hut in the early 2000s was so fucking hype?
Goated.
Oh man, so
On arrival.
Goated.
When we were around, maybe even before our time slightly, was like the hypest and coolest part of being a kid. Like we talked about this before, but like going to McDonald's.
Yeah, I was going to
going to
say.
Pizza Hut.
Yo, corporations, let's go.
Yeah, dude. It was sick, dude. It was sick. It was sick, man. Gamers, welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host, Connor, and once again joined by the boys, Joey and Garnt.
Oh, so
Lovely.
ominous.
Yeah. And look, the one thing people always yap about online is, well, things were better when I was a kid. So we're going to put it to the test today.
Okay.
We're going to be doing 2005 versus 2025. We're going to show a bunch of different things, and we just decide which one's better. Is N-shitification real? Does that get you demonetized?
Shitification?
N-shitification.
It what?
Well, yes.
N-shitification.
Well, you said the word.
I've never heard of that term.
What, you haven't?
No.
It's like the term for like things just getting worse over time.
Clearly, you're not a Redditor.
Clearly, you don't have.
You know what? I take pride in that.
Clearly, you don't have deep discussions, Joey.
I do. Just not on fucking Reddit.
You know how it's like, you have Google, and Google once did the job it was, and then now it gets worse with all these ads and stuff. That
Right.
would be N-shitification.
I see.
Where like something that was good and provided a great service slowly gets worse over time due to like adding bloat and stuff. to it.
Gotcha.
Or just
Gotcha.
getting worse.
Yeah.
Right. Or like how you have like
Yeah, I would just say it got shit.
N-shitification.
Yes. So this is going to be a short segment for Trash Taste,
Well, we'll see
where
if we
our
don't know.
producers.
I mean, yeah,
well,
we'll
we think it's going to be a short
We'll just
segment.
talk and
We'll just
we'll see what
talk.
happens.
We'll suss it out. You know how it
suss it out.
goes.
That is the show. But our producer has picked a few categories for us to discuss on whether things are better now and whether things are better before. And we're going to try and keep our nostalgia goggles off and try to look at this, objectively as objectively as possible.
Question:
Yeah.
How old are you in 2005?
I was about to ask. Yeah, we need to set the boundaries of like 2005 for I think all three of us was very different stages of our lives.
I was 9.
I was
15.
I was 11.
Damn, you old.
Damn, Unc.
Damn, Monk. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
So
see, so
2005
like,
was 20 years ago?
yeah, see, so like to a 9-year-old experiencing this and a 15-year-old experiencing this, I feel is going to be very different based on like how you remember.
Yeah, probably.
You know?
Yeah.
But, back then as well, things had longer lifespans. So there was, it's realistic that maybe I could have been consuming something that maybe Garnt
Or
would
did it
have
feel
consumed.
like
Yeah.
it was longer because you were younger?
No, because things move really fast when you're a kid.
I guess so, yeah.
Do you
No,
identify
actually, I'm
yourself?
No, yeah. I was like, what?
Do you still want to be relatable to the Gen Zers, Joey?
Fuck no. I can't relate to these kids. Are you kidding me? I've fully embraced my Unc status now.
I realize there are two types of millennials.
Yes.
There's the type that enjoys K-pop Demon Hunters and the types that don't.
And the true millennials.
K-pop Demon Hunters was good. What do you mean, Garnt? It was
That's what I'm talking about.
It was good.
That's what I'm talking
Does
about.
that have anything to do with being a millennial?
I think it does.
Really?
It is the great divider from what I've seen. They're like,
I don't fuck with K-pop, but I thought it was good.
I thought it was good. I just couldn't relate to it at all.
No, I couldn't relate to any of it. but
Right.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
I was objectively, I'm like, oh, this is really, really good. This is cool. It gave me the same vibe of appreciating something that another generation would appreciate more than myself. Because I don't fuck with like K-pop,
Yes.
And I thought it was like some really, really, I don't know why this is starting off with K-pop Demon Hunters.
You brought this in.
you really.
You did this.
We're going right to the deep end.
But I noticed it was just like, I can't put my finger on it, but the energy of it was like super Gen Z, right? And it was something that I was like, this is some really, really cool stuff that just does not appeal to me, but I can still
Yes.
appreciate it. You
Yes.
know? That's the point I was trying to make.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. I agree.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
I
No,
never
I
really,
agree.
I personally never really fucked with K-pop, but I saw it and I was like, that's cool. I can appreciate that for
Yeah.
what it is, but
Yeah.
do I connect to it on a personal
No.
level? No.
It's like, would you
crazy.
rewatch it yourself without a mate watching it.
I didn't even watch it the first time by myself.
Yes, right.
I got it introduced to someone younger than me.
Yes, that's the point.
You know, in a different timeline, we could have been the ones saving the honeymoon. That could have been us. We could have been fixing it.
They could have.
Okay?
They could have.
You know, you guys, this attitude of yours is the reason why we'll never save the world. We're the meant to be.
All right. Well,
Gotta be gold. My gym has been spamming that.
I'm also more critical of music just in general, though, so that might also be just a me thing.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, that's not the point.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know.
So
Which category is K-pop Demon Hunters in there? Because let's just go to
nothing to add.
Yeah.
let's go straight to that
Anyway,
category.
yeah, there's a ton of categories that our producer Alex has like given us. So it's 20 years, so it's going to be quite a big jump in the vibe and everything. But I guess we'll see. Will nostalgia
taste.
win, or is it actually better
Does
now?
trash taste better
Yeah.
in 2005?
God, could you imagine if we started in 2005?
Oh, Jesus
the
Christ.
Anime Zone was almost just about to cook in 2005. That sounds so
Damn.
weird.
All right,
to
let's have a
think.
look then.
All right.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're going to be given 3x3s
Yeah.
of 2005
Yes.
and 2025. All right, so video games. Let's start with video games. Okay.
So these are games that have
Interesting.
come out in...
This is also really going to speak volumes to what Alex sees as 2005
just so you
and
know,
2025.
viewers, this is not meant to be, these are the 9 games to represent the year. It is like, this is a feeling of the
Just
year.
to get a vibe.
Yeah, like of the type
Also,
of
this
games that
isn't
came out.
specifically 2005 versus 2025. It's more of just like now versus then.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, I would say it's closer to like the noughties versus the 2020s. That
What's the
be
2020s called?
The noughties.
No. The
Oh,
naughty
2020s? Oh, no,
Yeah.
we stopped. We gave up with that
the
shit.
roaring.
real quick.
It's the roaring 20s again.
We gave up with that shit real quick.
Back to the roaring 20s, but we're roaring for a different reason entirely.
What were the 2010s called again? I know that had a name.
Does it?
I think
I
it
don't
did.
wanna
I would
it.
just say the 2010s.
The tensies. The tensies.
That's a kid's bopification.
That's what the naughty sounds like. Sorry, we're getting off topic.
I'm not the
again.
one that fucking coined the term naughties, bro.
I'm just saying.
So why don't we first of all write down our answer?
Which one was better?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
we can discuss.
Okay.
Okay.
We can discuss.
Okay. So which one would you prefer? 2005 or 2025? Okay.
I'd actually have to think about this one.
I wonder if we're gonna get the same answer on any of these. I think that's gonna be the most interesting
I
thing.
want to change.
You changed.
Yeah, I want to change. I want
All
to
right.
change. But yeah, I mean, this is so tough.
Yeah. I mean,
'Kay.
there's no correct answer, but
All
all
right.
right, ready?
Three,
3,
two,
2, 1.
Oh, damn!
Oh.
We all said 2025 for video games.
I had it as 2005 originally, and then I saw Expedition 33, and I was like, let me
What?
change that.
Oh, you saw Expedition 33.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that came out this year.
Yeah.
Right.
As much as I love a lot of these games, Super Mario Strikers especially has a soft spot in my heart.
Banger.
Because that was the game
What a
that I think
banging
I
game.
put the most hours into on the GameCube.
Yeah.
The only soccer game I ever played.
Well, yeah, because, and also like, if you were like, Connor, name games from 2004, I wouldn't be able to name games
Yeah.
from-
Well, do you
I-
think
I-
games are better now in general? I think is the question more than the specific year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think games are better
I
now.
think games are better now.
I think the gaming medium is taking itself more seriously and has more resources. In the same sense, though, at the same time, I think games, like the skew of it is worse. Like big games that are absolute dog shit are way more than they used to be. But the cream of the crop is so fucking good now.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're so
absolutely.
spoiled. We have so much choice now, too.
Yeah.
Where like, so what if 30 games that should have been good suck ass? Because there's 20 games that I never heard about that
Yeah.
are going to blow my mind that come out this year.
Yeah, I would say if the question was not video games but the gaming industry, it's okay. Then the gaming industry was a lot better back then. I think in general though now we just are living in an era where no matter what your tastes, no matter what you look for in a video game, there's probably going to be something for you. And I don't think that was always the case. Before, you'd basically have to pick between 3 different platforms, obviously, and you'd have to hope that year there was a release that year that was catered towards your tastes. And that's why so many of the games I grew up with were games that I replayed to, hell and high over, because there wasn't as many other games within that niche that I enjoyed. So I would replay those games over and over. Now, you finish a game and you have like 10 different games that you could be playing. Does that mean that games are less special? I don't know, but
Yeah.
I can't say I'm as bored as I was before.
Because the argument could be said that, like, back in 2005, when we were all just collectively younger, there was more of that kind of sense of mystery to like new games coming out, because, there was less games out there and there wasn't as much of an access to, say, like the internet, for example, that you could like connect to with other community members, or, maybe get like a walkthrough or a guide or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So 2025 is obviously better in the sense of like the community being easier to be created and talked about. But, at the same time, like, I feel like games nowadays, especially a lot of the games on that right side there, that sense of mystery is still there, even with walkthroughs and like, community that's there to like hold your hand sometimes. And like, I don't know. Yeah. And again, the best part about 2025 is that if I want to go back and play the 2005 games, I can do so much easier than back in 2005. Back in 2005, you needed either the console or a computer strong enough to run it, which not everybody had. Nowadays, most people who are into games have a computer that's strong enough to play pretty much every game since. So it's just easier in that sense if you want to go back. But I think games nowadays still have that, at least the good ones, have that still that sense of mystery.
Yeah.
And like new refreshing ideas, especially in the indie scene. That is like just as good, if not better.
Here's the real question though. Would you rather be, only in terms of video game terms, would you rather be a teenager growing up in the 2005-ish era or the now 2025-ish era?
2005.
2005.
You think so?
I think because you got more holistic packages of games, whereas now, live service games are a massive thing. Like, when we were growing up, it was like you got the new COD every year.
Yeah.
And in between that, you would kind of play different games. But now you can just play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Because every month they got something new.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other games that you can play as well. And a lot of games that are popular that are live service. Like, you showed these games, but like, those are the games I was playing as a kid. These are not the games that kids are playing nowadays.
No, they're not.
Right? So this is almost like 2005 kid versus 2025 adult.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's
Because a kid is not going to be playing all these games. Maybe they'll play Dungeon Bonanza. Maybe they'll play Mario Kart World. A kid is not playing any of these games, really.
No.
A kid is not playing Oblivion. That is exclusively like plus 25, mostly, right? I mean, like, obviously,
I can't imagine like a 14-year-old playing Death Stranding 2.
Right. I mean, obviously, all my friends when they were 13 were playing Skyrim and Oblivion. So that's obviously, maybe that's a bad point, but I feel like people who would be playing the remake of Oblivion, probably, it's not a kid. It's probably a guy with a good gaming PC, loves modding.
I think there are certain games in 2025 that have just become a lot more homogenized, like Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox. It's the community aspects in those kinds of games are much more prevalent now, I think, just because every other kid is playing them. So everyone kind of has a similar experience in terms of like the games that they played. Meanwhile, all three of us, we grew up on, seemingly totally different games despite growing up in the same era.
Yeah, but I think there was always an appreciation of the other games that I didn't get to play for either financial reasons or just because I didn't choose to. But yeah, I mean, if this was 2005 games versus kids games or games that you would be playing at the same age, it would be 100% 2005. But like, obviously the peak of gaming now is as such that I think it's so fucking good. But there was also a lot of slop back then as well.
Oh, totally.
Like even pre 2005, NES.
Let's talk
SNES,
about
the constant movie games.
The movie tie-in
games.
Yeah.
Every fucking AAA movie, like every big movie had to have a fucking a game counterpart. Like, I don't know when the fucking Lost video game came out. The series Lost. That was a game that I bought. I bought it exclusively because it was easy to get all the achievements on. But like, nobody thinks about these fucking dog shit games that also came out around this time. And it's so easy to look back and think like, wow, Shadow of the Colossus. But like, there wasn't as many.
No.
Whereas I feel like now there are so many good games coming out just because of the sheer fact there are infinitely more games being released.
Yeah.
You are very sport for choice.
Yes.
Totally.
And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's such a hard argument to make because it also depends on what genre you are a huge fan of. Like if you like shooters and you're a big shooter guy, maybe you fucking loved the 2010s because that was when like peak, like everyone was playing shooters.
Yeah,
everyone was playing.
The peak of different genres happened at different timelines, right?
Yeah,
So,
like JRPG. You could argue the SNES console was like the king, and so many good games came out for the SNES of JRPGs.
Yeah.
Whereas for a long time there hadn't been quite a lot of big ones because there's a lot of consoles that were struggling to find the right platform for them. And now I feel like there's been a bit of a resurgence in JRPGs as well.
but then 2005 was also like the peak of when Game Boy Advance games came out, and there were 95% of Game Boy Advance games are just absolute ass and just completely forgettable.
Nintendo DS had some truly dog shit
Oh yeah,
games on it.
yeah.
You would get the Super Mario Brothers, and that was great, and that would carry you.
Yeah.
But then your mom would buy you some weird ass movie tie-in, like Edge of Tomorrow. You're like, what the fuck? It doesn't even look like Tom Cruise. Like just so many weird things that you forget about because you block them out because you remember booting up Super Mario Strikers with your friend and playing for 9 hours.
Yeah.
Because that was so peak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So I think, but then on to play devil's advocate, gaming is also more frustrating than it's ever been in terms of, you when you bought Super Mario Strikers or any game on the GameCube, it ran on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Now when you buy some Switch games, some of them don't even fucking run on the Switch properly.
Sure.
And like, how frustrating is that to new consumers trying to get into gaming or kids? Trying to explain to them, actually, the graphics cards in the Steam Deck is not good enough, so you can't play that game. It's like, this is like cryptic as shit. It's like trying to read the Regigigas language when that's just
Unknown.
no, Regigigas is just Morse code.
Yeah, Morse code.
So not that hard actually, but PC is really annoying to use. You boot up a fucking PlayStation, asked you on performance or picture mode. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Just let me play the game.
Like it is. Gaming has become so much shittier and has become a lot more of an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
That it wasn't really. I mean, gaming actually was quite expensive before too, but in a very different way and in a way that didn't feel like you were being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
It's just inflation.
Free to play is like makes up most of the gaming revenue is made up from free to play games, which I think is not objectively, but I think it's worse for gamers in general because I think it ends up in making games sometimes be worse off than when they would be.
I think
Do you not like live service games then?
I don't really like live service games. I don't know. I really like a complete package.
Yeah.
I don't mind a DLC. I don't mind I know the new thing is the whole Act 1 with Deltarune. They do acts.
Yep.
I don't mind that. I understand that development has gotten very expensive.
Yep.
And people should be paid appropriately. And so sometimes you just have to release it in unconventional ways. That's fine. It just sucks to boot up a game, fuck with it so much, and then they're like, all right, come back in 12 hours when you have more energy. Or, hey, you could speed up a lot of things if you pay a couple of bucks. And you're like, I would just love to be on the same page as everyone else. Like Dark Souls would fucking suck if you got like Dark Souls 3 and like, oh, struggling there a little bit? Oh, you can actually get the Dankoth's, the Blade of the Wise. If you just buy the season pass, you're like, God damn it. I just wanted to play the game and just progress.
Today's episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by Zocdoc. Guys, as someone who's getting a bit more mature in age, taking care of my health has become one of my top priorities. Like sometimes I want a doctor that lives within a certain mile radius of myself. And well, Zocdoc will make it easier for you to find that right doctor that fills all your specific specifications. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. You can filter doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and are highly rated by verified patients. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments made through Zocdoc also happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. Unfortunately, Zocdoc isn't available in Japan, which makes me really sad, because if it was here, I would use it all of the time. Seriously, booking a doctor's appointment is one of my biggest headaches here. So stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to zocdoc.com/trash to find and instantly book a highly rated doctor today. That's zocdoc.com/trash. zocdoc.com/trash. Back to the episode.
I think as well, like the one.
Sorry for ranting.
No. I completely agree. I think as well, like the one thing that 2005, at least like, and you know, maybe this is a result of the fact that we were just younger, or maybe it's just a sign of the times. But like, I feel like the whole concept of just like LAN and just playing in the same room as another person is basically gone now.
Well, whenever I go to LA, I always go to obviously the Yard.
Yeah.
They do Penis Star League.
Okay, what?
They call it Penis Star League.
Okay.
And they have headsets on one side that are all hooked up to some crazy expensive broadcasting system.
Yeah.
So we all play Search and Destroy, Modern Warfare 2, Halo 3, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
And they have a whole, like, it's sick. And they just do like LAN nights where it's like, all right, who wants to hop in? All right, we'll swap teams. All right, this person's winning too much. Let's swap.
I think
it's so fucking high.
Yeah, and that was the thing, right? Like, you know, sure, you could buy Super Mario Strikers, for instance, and just enjoy it as just like the one-player game. But the core reason why that game is so goated is because when you got a bunch of friends over, fucking LAN, 4 controllers, and you just go absolutely ham on that game.
Yeah,
that was where that game really shined.
Yeah.
And I feel like now, because it's so easy to just like hop onto a server or hop onto a Discord call and just like play with people across the planet, which, you know, has its merits, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't, I don't know, maybe this is my nostalgia talking, but like it doesn't have the same excitement as being physically in a room together.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
No, I mean, I think this is just a result of dev time, like development time for games becoming so much exponentially longer.
Yeah.
Like I think that the prime example of the showcase of how games just take longer to make now is like, look at the Final Fantasy release chart.
Yeah.
Pull up like how often and like
mainline Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, mainline Final Fantasy game release, and like maybe there's like a chart or something that will show us and like give us a good gap. I swear someone made one. No, that's a list. Maybe there's like a chart.
There you go, images.
Images, maybe. Or maybe you type a chart or something and it come up. Oh, there we go. This kind of helps. Yeah, this helps. Like, open that up. And also, at the same time, not just Final Fantasy, but they made like Chrono Trigger. I guess actually at that point, was that just Square?
That was still Squaresoft.
Squaresoft. Yeah. Look at this run.
Yeah.
Back to back to back.
I see nothing but bangers.
Like
nothing but bangers, dude.
Like I cannot like. And when did Chrono Trigger release again?
Chrono Trigger was 94. It was around the same time as 5, I believe. 93, 92, something like that. 95.
Like
so after a year after 6.
Like imagine fucking cooking up 6, and the next year you release Chrono Trigger. Oh. Like 2 games that have like shaped the entire medium.
Yeah.
Like unequivocally. And then also even then onwards from that, even when dev time got longer and they release, 6, 7, because 7 came out in 1997, which is fucking crazy as well. That came out 2 years after Chrono Trigger. Like that run is bonkers.
Yeah.
And then you see how long it takes now between this Final Fantasy and the one previous. It is just so much harder to make games.
Yeah.
And my point being is that like, obviously when it is taking this long and the gap is getting so long between Final Fantasies, you imagine you're in a dev studio, and especially when there's a lot of money and it's getting a lot more expensive and wages are higher, and you have to sell a lot more copies, otherwise people are going to lose their jobs. Yeah, you just don't have fucking time to put in co-op. Only probably like Nintendo maybe and indie games have the ability to be able to like prioritize stuff like this, but it's no surprise that like a lot of studios are like, that is by far at the bottom of the checklist. And then you also consider that half the fucking games nowadays release in an absolute appalling state.
Yeah, they're never like fully finished.
I said 2025 was better, but now I've argued for the past 20 minutes.
Okay, because I'm looking at this chart.
Why gaming is dog
Could you
shit.
imagine in 5 years they release 7, 8, 9, and 10? In 5 years.
That is like a generational run.
That is crazy.
like that is like
They
gotta
only
be,
took
yeah.
a year between 9 and 10. That's nuts.
Yeah. To have been a Final Fantasy fan from like 6 onwards, knowing you were going to fucking eat every year must have been a godly feeling.
God
I mean,
damn.
Pete could probably be on top.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
So-
a reason why I think people like,
What happened after 10 then?
well, they changed. So the formula for Final Fantasy changed a lot.
Yeah.
And then I think
Well, they released 11, which was the MMO, which
Which,
was not very good from what I've heard.
people didn't like.
There's still servers for it. It's still.
There's still so, but one of the biggest change. Pete told me this, and I was like, this blows my mind. That this is the best, one of the best quality of life fixes they did for 11 was increase the run speed by 35%, and apparently that was a life changing thing for the gamers of that game. Like that was like, oh my god, this game is playable.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
how badly do you have to fuck up where that change is like they're like groveling, like this is amazing, this is the best thing ever. Anyway, they changed a lot, went towards MMOs and stuff, and obviously 14 is very successful. But
And then
now
13
they're
was
trying to
very
bring it back.
contentious. Yeah.
Now they're trying to bring it back, the traditional style Final Fantasy, and obviously trying to modernize it, but kind of struggling really because 15 didn't do very well.
15 was mid as hell.
And then 16 did well, but I don't think it met the sales that Square were hoping for.
Yeah, 16 was
16 was aight.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Cool.
aight.
It was cool.
Um,
It was
But
a good game.
It's better than 15. That's the phrase I'll
you
use.
know, it sucks because you're like, damn, to have 2 games not perform really well in the space of like 10 years, you're like, man,
Yeah.
Square is such a fucking awesome studio at making stuff. It's like, man, it would suck if they weren't able to make stuff.
I think it's the
want them.
stories or something else.
There's a lot to it. I mean, the games are objectively harder to make. There's so much mocap now. Like,
Yeah.
that's a thing that like you didn't
It's
have to
become
make.
more and more and more cinematic since I'd say 12.
Because the cutscenes of 16 were insane.
Yeah, they were.
And like it is objectively amazing to watch, but just somehow it isn't as gripping as these 4 sprites
Yeah.
that are, like just
Yeah.
chatting, and
Yeah.
it's really fascinating how, obviously dev time is taking longer, which means that these studios are taking much bigger risks, which is scary, I think.
Yeah,
But also why indie games are crushing right now.
I mean, I'd say that there are still some great modern storylines, and presentation plays a big factor, obviously, but you can't get around, good storytelling, good characters, good writing. It's always going to come back to that, whether it be a AAA title or just a small indie game. You guys haven't played God of War, but that was such an amazing
I've heard
fucking
that's
game.
amazing.
That was cinematic and was very, very.
I mean, Last of Us 2.
Last of Us.
Obviously, the second one people don't really fuck with, but the first one, it was absolutely cinematic.
Yeah.
and kind of I think changed the style of gaming.
Yeah,
for quite
yeah.
very long.
Exactly. And obviously, as you said, Expedition 33 as well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Amazingly cinematic, great acting, great storyline. So I think in general, for myself playing Final Fantasy 16, it was like, I think the biggest thing was the story. That
Yeah.
was like, it was alright.
It was lacking.
It was alright, Unfortunately, it goes back to that.
Storytelling is hard.
It is very hard.
Very, 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 very hard.
Oh, yes.
yeah. Yeah.
But it's hard to say.
Yes. All right. Shall we move on to the next
Yeah.
one?
God, I miss Gale of Darkness, dude. That was such a good game.
I
Take
never
me back to
played that one. Never played
2005,
that
bro.
one.
It's such a good game.
I tried in the UK to get that so much on fucking
Gale of
GameCube.
Darkness
yeah.
and Colosseum.
It's
Amazing.
just an expensive
run.
game to get
It's
physically.
so expensive now. All right, 2005, 2025, tech and internet.
This one's. Do we need to write this one down?
What do you
guys?
mean?
Really?
What? It's so simple for you?
Yeah, it's so simple.
Hold on, I got to. Yeah. All right.
This one is simple as fuck.
I don't want us all to have the same answers constantly.
But like for this one,
Okay.
All right. 3.
Wait. Let me think. Okay, I'll go with this.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured you were both going to do that, so I was
I mean, that's why I was like,
for audio listeners, we should explain. We all picked
2005.
2005.
I saw the CRT and I'm like, say less.
So,
it's not even the CRT.
To explain maybe some of the tech in 2005, flip phones, uTorrent, which I think is still very much
still
around.
Still around.
thing, yeah.
YouTube,
CRTs,
Xbox.
Xbox 360,
Oh, the iPod.
YouTube, PSP, iPod, the Game Boy Mini, which was
Micro,
I
I think.
Micro, sorry, which was dog
Yeah.
shit, quite frankly.
Yeah.
MySpace versus the tech of nowadays, which you can imagine
Yes.
very much so.
The Spotify's, the TikToks, the AI.
Well, you know, I mean,
Streaming.
I think 2020 tech, I might have been a bit more lenient on, but it's all this AI garbage that has absolutely.
Wait, why would you say 2020?
Because they weren't fucking obsessed with shoving AI down your throat.
Oh, well,
constantly.
yeah, that's
no, it doesn't matter if it's AI. There's always the 2020s, I guess, has been the trend of whatever new hot tech fad has come out. Now it's AI. Before it was NFTs. Before that, it was like blockchain stuff. There's always something new.
2005 was just the Wild West for the internet. Like, you just didn't know what to expect. Everything was new. Nothing like it had existed before. And we're very blessed, at least people in our generation are very blessed to be there. Basically, well, it had to have experienced life before all of this and at the birth of all of this as well. So it's like, yeah, I guess if you look at it, just not even through like a nostalgia perspective, just the fact that it just used to be simple, but also just so exciting.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And then you look at it now and everything is like algorithmic, everything is AI, everything is overcomplicated. And
You know, maybe I think modern tech is the reason for the degradation of modern society.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I laughed, but I'm like, shit, he's kind of spinning.
It's like, okay, let's ignore the
Let's break
fact
it down.
that
Let's break it down.
Yeah.
let's deal with the fact that
break it
the
down.
power that we have, the computing power at least that we have at our fingertips now is better than ever. You know, functionality wise, quality of life wise, I feel like there's so much tech there that is literally stepping backwards as opposed to stepping forwards for a lot of
Shitification.
and shitification, a lot of aspects of our lives. Before, you'd have modern tech that would bring new innovations that would genuinely bring a better quality of life for whatever function they were innovating in.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it feels like whatever new innovations are coming up in the tech world, some of the times they are actually making the product legitimately worse.
Yeah. There are some things that I really, really like about modern tech. And there
Yeah.
are some things that I really don't like. And I don't have the same polarizing view of all the technology, even though there was some real stinkers back then as well.
Yeah.
Like torrenting was a lot shittier back then. Torrenting now is kind of nice. It's a lot easier now.
Wait, what are you talking about? Torrenting is exactly the same.
There are a lot more tools now to make it easier. And like sorting programs, stuff like that. Like before, I remember having to, when you downloaded the music and it was all like various artists on your
Yeah.
thing, and you just go and get, if you wanted the album picture, you had to download it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Now you can just download programs to do it all for you.
I don't know. I like that.
You like you like it because you imagine you're in like a coffee shop and you're like sorting your albums. You're like, yeah, I
No,
like
not even coffee shop. I was on my fucking
No, no,
family
yeah,
computer
I know,
and
but
just
I mean-
being like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a
like
little
that now.
playlist.
You could, if you were to pirate now, which obviously I don't do that, but if I was, for example, you could have a home server,
Yeah.
and you can use it on any device in the house, and you can have this sorting thing that goes through your files, gets the subtitles, gets the cover art, tells you who the director is, and oh wow, it's like you have your. But I would never do that, obviously. But you could do that.
Yes,
very, very
theoretically
easily.
you could.
Theoretically, you could do that.
Yes.
I'm sure one of the shitty AIs will walk you through it.
Yeah.
Too. But then there are also things that I think have gotten worse. Like social media is unequivocally worse.
Yep.
Oh,
It was kind of hype back then. It was actually fun. There was less ads. Obviously, they were going to have ads at some point, but you would just get served only what your friends are up to.
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry what some fucking viral post was going on in America. It was like, I just saw what Garnt and Joe were doing on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it genuinely felt like
There wasn't a
community
machine.
thing.
Yeah, there wasn't a machine telling you what you think you might like more than
Yeah.
what you think you might like.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
It was actually fucking awesome.
Like you felt like you were in control of the thing that you created in a weird way, right?
Well,
Like,
it's not just that. This whole one of the big reasons why I think tech is inadvertently, I guess, getting worse is because everything's becoming so homogenized in literally everything. It's the same apps, the same functionality, even the same. There is just far less choice that we have right now because we get fed what an algorithm or an AI program tells us that we think we should like, and that we don't even need to choose a video anymore. We just need to scroll.
there's no discovery anymore.
Yeah, there's no discovery. There's no control over it. In the best sense, I feel like a lot of the tech I interact with now, I just have a lot less control. You do a fucking Google search, and you can't even control the fucking search that you're trying to search for because it feeds you whatever else it thinks you want.
Yeah.
You try to search a video. Have you ever tried searching a video on modern YouTube?
Yeah, it just never gives you what you searched for.
Bro,
That is true.
it's like
The first 5 videos are just like, that's cool and all, but I think you should watch this instead.
Yeah.
Oh, also is terrible when you buy something on Amazon, the like first 10 things are sponsored.
Yeah. Oh,
It is
I
like-
hate that shit.
I if I ever buy anything on Amazon, I purposefully I will not click any of the sponsored ones. Just be like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
either.
like you. I don't like that you're putting ads when I'm already paying you. Motherfucker, stop that shit.
Yeah, I just remember and again, this might be as a result of being an 11-year-old child during this era, but like just that whole sense of like mystery and wonder of like, I don't know what the fuck is out there, but when you find that one thing that you really resonate with that you didn't even know maybe even existed, and you're like, whoa, this thing is so cool, and then you look around and you're like, wait, no one else knows about this, and it's like, this is my like little thing. I feel like that has just gotten so much harder nowadays because now information travels faster. Everyone is online now, and again, it's like everyone, as you said, it's like everything's homogenized. Like everything leads back to the same 5 to 10 things that everybody shares. All right.
I don't know if you feel this way, but a great joy back in 2005 was setting up a new device. It was fun to set up new devices.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
to like learn what they do. Now I fucking dread having to set up any fucking new device I get because I'm
Yeah.
like, God fucking damn it. Getting a new phone is actually like quite cumbersome. Like
Yeah.
having to transfer everything over to a new phone, it is really shitty. I know that there's like the auto import and stuff, but it's never like perfect. You have to re-sign into everything.
Yeah.
It's just, it's kind of a ball ache. Like using tech, yes, it does enhance your life a lot in certain aspects, but in other aspects, it's just worse. Like, I mean, even me, when I know I fucking live off Uber Eats, I probably shouldn't have the ability to do that. I recognize like I should probably be forced to cook and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's great that I can't. And also I know there are benefits to people who, this tech does help a lot of people who maybe would not have the ability to maybe take care of themselves. Like if you're, some people who are disabled, it's great that they can have these things because then maybe they can't cook for themselves.
Yeah.
And there are some tech that have absolutely helped in that capacity. But like generally quality of life, I feel like is worse.
Yeah.
Streaming services now have gotten to the point where it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like I if you have more than like 4 streaming services like that you subscribe to, I feel like you're just being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Totally. You have submitted yourself to the AI overlord at this point.
Gaming consoles are like, okay, the Switch is like really the only one that's kind of like, that feels worthwhile. PlayStation doesn't really feel.
I mean,
Does
what the
any-
fuck is the point of gaming consoles anymore? Like, seriously, aside from just convenience of just, plug and play.
I guess that was the whole point, right? The whole point was that it was like you could just hand it to anyone and they could figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think we're losing that. And it is a shame because I do think gaming on PC is still a little too intimidating to get into.
Yeah.
Because there's like, oh, your graphics card can't run this game, or even like the Steam Deck, which I've said multiple times. I think it is really like shitty handing a Steam Deck to someone who doesn't really understand gaming because they don't understand why a game can't run and why it might run badly or how they could maybe improve the performance.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, hey, maybe you're turning off all the shaders, maybe, or like the shadows to low. Like, that's not intuitive to learn that stuff.
Yeah.
And nor should you have to.
I don't even know what that does.
Yeah.
You know? Like some of the settings, I'm like, what the fuck does this? Okay.
Yeah, what
Like
difference does it make?
motion blur being
I'm going to be real for a second. I have no idea what the fuck ray tracing is. And to be fair, I don't actually care. Do you know what ray tracing is?
No, I don't game on PC for this exact reason.
Okay.
Ray tracing is old news, by the way.
Okay. It is old. And I have already not.
Okay.
I already don't know what it is.
So ray
Yeah.
tracing, from my understanding, is like instead of you having to, let's say, like design the light in the room and like have that be a thing that you have created, ray tracing is like if you had an object, like you put the sun somewhere in the room, it will then naturally make that, given the surroundings, like show the lighting and make that lighting look
So does
organic.
that take more processing power?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it looks better.
Right. I
And
see.
so that's why you need the ray tracing.
Can we
Yeah, can we get a comparison?
comparison?
And also, so then the big thing now is frame generation. That's the big thing.
Okay. What is ray tracing and why should
Yeah.
I care?
Yeah.
Yeah, light transport variety. Okay, I was somewhat close.
Okay.
So
Whereas frame generation is the new thing.
what's frame generation?
Well, so now it's DSLL, DLSS, right? DLSS, which I don't know what that stands for. But basically, when your computer is running a thing now, it basically is to make every single frame. Whereas this new thing is that it will make one frame and use AI to make the rest of the frames. So you get like a super high, like AR, like 400 FPS.
Okay.
But like like 2/3 of the frames are like kind of like extrapolated from the one frame.
I don't like that. I don't like the idea of that.
It's very popular.
Yes.
This episode is sponsored by Shopify. Boys, if you know me, then you know that I've been running a clothing brand called Nonsense. I'm wearing one of the earlier shirts here today. But, when I first started off with the idea of Nonsense, this idea of a clothing brand online, an e-commerce website, if you will, there was just one huge problem. I had all these cool designs and I had all these cool ideas to execute, but I didn't know how or where to execute them. And thankfully for us, Shopify was there. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started like Nonsense. You can get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand's style. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Because if you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Nonsense has been around for a little over 3 years now, and ever since the beginning, we've been using Shopify to run all of our e-commerce because it just works. So boys, what are you waiting for? Turn your big business ideas into cash money with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/trash. Go to shopify.com/trash, shopify.com/trash. Back to the episode.
I'ma be real, man. Like, I look at that image and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but also not really. Joey,
It's
come
just
here.
meant to be like more realistic.
Yeah,
That's the idea.
So
I
here's,
know Joey's gonna wait. Joey couldn't tell the difference between 60 and 140. So I don't want to.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
We don't, and I think practically that's a wait. So okay, so ray tracing is on the left. Okay,
great.
what's the difference?
it's more lighting.
It's better graphics.
Yeah, I could see some of the lighting difference on the
basically,
puddle.
it is meant to be a like one-to-one simulation of physics, so that like if
I
you put
see.
a light source,
Yeah.
instead of like you having to put more manual lighting and put like more effects, if you just put a sun in the thing, it will generate the lighting
Yeah.
like organically.
So the big reason why I never really cared about ray tracing, and I guess this confirms it for me, was because I look at this and I'm like, how does this make a better game?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But
Yeah.
this is, but again, it's how
More grounded in reality.
how do I sell you a better mattress?
No, that's the whole that's the whole point when I talk about like innovation, where there's so
Yeah.
many of these buzzwords about features that I don't think, brings any better quality of life for a product I'm trying to get. For example, in ray tracing, yes, you get slightly better graphics, but overall, is this a big thing that's going to mean that I'm going to want to play a better game, or that's going to result in a better game? Is this something that I'm willing to put thousands of dollars to buy for a high-end hardware gaming PC or whatever new hardware comes out in order to experience this? And my honest answer is no. Whereas before, you buy a new console and you get such a huge graphical upgrade or get so much more bang for your buck.
I think it's like any hobby. Like there are audiophiles that will be like, I need electricity that's clean. Like I need, you know what I mean? Like people.
Yeah.
So what do you mean you don't listen in FLAC?
I think gaming is like one of the most popular hobbies, and for some people, like getting every inch out of a PC is like part of the hobby.
Yeah.
Like it is not about, does this enhance my game? It's, can I buy something and like feel like I'm getting a lot of value out of it? And this is one of those things.
Yeah.
And like, it is very impressive when you're playing this. Obviously it's a still image, so you're not really getting it, but like it can be quite compelling at times. And I think, although not necessarily improving the game, I think anything that improves the technology and allowing you to make certain things more accessible, someone down the line will find a really cool way to use it, which, I think is like, it's like, I don't know, like our RPG Maker is like, wow, I don't need this. Who the fuck needs this? But then there's like, you can make some really fucking cool things in RPG Maker and tell some really interesting stories.
Totally.
From this tech that, well, not necessarily similar, and it's a pretty bad argument in comparison, but basically, I think just tech being better and around is good for people to be able to make better things, because you never know.
Oh no, I 100% agree with that. It was the point I was trying to make was more about this modern tech vibe where it almost seems like sometimes, from my perspective, this is just like one example from my perspective, a lot of new tech innovations, it almost seems like a buzzword as opposed to an actual innovation that it used to feel like, where you'd have something new and it would literally seem like something fucking game-changing.
Yeah.
Have you seen the press conference where Steve Jobs announced the first iPhone?
Yeah.
God, like...
The amount of fucking video essays that reference this. This is going to be like, it's like a fucking
I
major
haven't
term.
seen this, so you're going to have to explain to me.
No, just like the fucking... Just imagine being there when he announced the iPhone. Just like it was... You were there witnessing history being made of something that was like genuine life-changing tech.
Yeah,
right?
Because there was nothing like this.
There was nothing like this. And then you go to like modern Apple, where they
made
are
the same fucking thing every year.
Yeah, where they release the same function, where they keep functionality from us, and then introduce functionality that was available 5 years ago. And you're like, damn.
Yeah, the new innovation in Apple is like, we got rid of the lightning cable, guys. I know, crazy.
But I mean, they were kind of forced to.
Yeah, they were. I'm glad they did.
But like, I think your quality of life is worse. But I mean, some tech is good that it's
Some tech is good. I'm not saying all tech is like that, but I'm saying generally in this case of just like 2025 versus 2005, damn, tech was just good and exciting.
Exciting.
But then also like, I think of it as like, we are very healthy and able people. And I imagine that like, if we pose the same question to someone who maybe has who's maybe more introverted or maybe has some disabilities, like tech now is so fucking infinitely better, right? Because like it allows them to like actually live and it connects them to a world that they didn't have access to.
Yeah.
And so it is kind of like, God damn. Like, I just wish these companies would stop being shitty, but that's never going to happen.
That's never going to happen. It's not the tech itself. It is...
It's the people making the tech.
Guys, it's corporations.
Down the corpos.
Corporations.
Okay, let's say you're the age you are now. Would you rather be in this tech or old tech? I think I'd still rather be in this tech.
What do you mean?
Like, I look back fondly on 2005, but I don't think I'd want to live in 2005 tech.
Like
don't know.
today?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're genuinely getting to a point where there are trends starting where people are trying to get less tech. We're trying to live with less tech just because we have.
This whole idea of like less screen time in your day.
Yeah, we have
right?
identified how unhealthy it has become. It used to be that the internet was an escape from the real world, and now the real world is an escape from the internet. I don't actually, maybe this is me, old man shouting at cloud. I don't actually think we need exactly all of the tech we are so addicted to. Some of it, as you said, very, very important. But a lot of it is just, seemingly.
It's space to fill boredom.
Yeah.
That's what it's become.
Yeah.
When I was in America, I needed headphones, and I DoorDashed headphones because I didn't have time.
You DoorDashed headphones?
Because I had to go in 1 hour. I did not have time to go to the store.
Right.
Yeah.
I needed this, and I was like, I DoorDashed headphones, and so they're like 200. I have them right here actually. Okay.
Oh yeah.
These ones. They're like the ones that like go on like the bone.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No, it's not. They're really fucking good though. And I was looking at them anyway, and I needed to get them because I didn't have the headphones I needed to do the like IRL live streaming, and I DoorDashed them, and it was like, so the headphones are $200. I had a tip like 8%, and then it came to like $250.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on the way. On the way to me, you get the notification like, hey, do you want to get a coffee as well? I was like, oh, sure, why not? Yeah, I'll fucking throw in a coffee. So I threw in a coffee, and it was a coffee that was like it was like 400 meters away from me. Easily could have walked it. But they're like, do you want to get it? I was like, yeah, fuck it, it's free. Why not? I threw it on. So I got the coffee too, and when I arrived, I felt so degenerate because he delivered the headphones. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go get your coffee now. I was like, oh, I thought it was like on the way. I didn't. So he went back, got the coffee, came back, and then I was like, now I feel degenerate.
Yeah.
Like I should have just walked to get the coffee. And quite frankly, I never should have had the option to be able to do this in the first place. I feel like
I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah, I didn't know. But in the same time, I was like, this is awesome that I could get this headphones in an emergency. Like I needed it in an hour, and I got it. But at the same time, something felt so like decadent about being able to do that.
Yeah.
And being able to like spend that money to get this done. It felt weird. Everything about it and the fact that I could be like, I get a coffee for free on us too. I was like, this is all so weird. Like everything about this feels wrong.
Yeah.
And I can't articulate why I feel like this is wrong because I'm not smart, but I think maybe someone can articulate why that
with all
felt wrong.
the modern convenience of modern tech, because it is a lot more convenient now to live in these times. I can't deny that. Are you happier? Are you happy with the convenience you have?
Oh shit.
I think so.
You think so?
I think, I mean, for me, I saved my fucking ass that I could do that. Otherwise, I would have had to like panic, drive to Best Buy to do this. Instead, someone else drove to Best Buy and then brought it to my house. And I, quite frankly, didn't want to do that. So I don't know. I think I'm happier. But I think this comes from I feel like I have the self-control to be able to decide when I've had enough. But I don't know if everyone has that.
No, everyone doesn't have.
Not
like
everyone
it took like just the fucking the will of gods just to uninstall like Twitter off my phone. Even though I know how fucking unhealthy that is. And why did it take so much fucking effort to do that?
Yeah.
You know? And
well, maybe it's because our jobs are more reliant on the internet.
Also like push notifications.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that.
yeah.
BBC News, right? I get it. It's important. But what they classify as breaking news,
Yeah.
don't fucking send me a push notification for this shit.
Yeah.
I think only you should like these apps should only be allowed to send me a fucking notification if it's important.
Yeah. Do you like short form scrolling content?
No.
Yes and no.
I get sucked into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
But
it. And I pinch myself.
I
pinch myself.
have to consciously tell myself that I'm only doing it for a certain amount of
Yeah,
time.
the
Like,
fact-
I literally put a timer on my phone to be like, I'm anything longer than this and it's over.
The fact that I have to be conscious about something means that this is already taking willpower.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not strong enough. I You know, sometimes you go to the toilet, you just scroll, and then you get sucked in sometimes. And there are some sessions where you're like, fuck, I feel bad.
For me, it's
afterwards.
the morning. When I wake up in bed,
Yeah.
I can't get out of bed for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm fucking scrolling like a moron.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on like a fucking tight deadline. I got to get out of bed and do some shit.
And it's just, there's so much where I'm like, I know this is unhealthy for me, but I still can't stop myself.
Yeah.
I've recently broken that cycle, not the waking up side of things. I still struggle with that because I'm definitely
It's hard, man.
the person
Yeah.
where it's like wake up, turn my alarm off, and then just from there it's such a natural thing of just swipe off.
Because I catch up to all the shit I've
Yeah.
because you know,
Yeah.
because we work with a lot of people in different time zones.
Yeah.
And so I think we all have messages from people from like America
Yes,
or
yes.
Australia or the UK. Well, Australia, but like UK. So I'm always catching up to something.
Yeah. But I have managed to, in the past couple of months, fixed the whole thing of like when I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Like now I'm just like, all right, at a certain time, I'm like, no more phone, put that shit away, put it on the charger, put it away,
Yeah.
read a book or whatever, and then go to bed.
Yeah.
And it's been fucking life changing.
Yes.
So nice. But now I just got to do that for the morning part now, which is way harder. Because I'm like, yeah, but well, what if someone messaged me while I was asleep and it's important?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad at
So
replying.
we'll get there one day.
So, yeah, in conclusion, we are
2005 goated.
technology scary as per usual.
Yep.
Technology.
Go outside more.
I'd like to also add, would you prefer to have the current internet basically speeds and like facilities, but keep the old retro tech, like 2005 tech, but with current internet speeds?
I don't know. That's
a good question.
I think I kind of like the old. I think the old suited it well.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
a product of its time.
Yeah. I think it worked well for the speeds that we had because it was obviously built around accompanying those speeds. I don't think increasing the internet speed on all this old tech will necessarily make it better or worse because it's a product of its time. You know?
Yeah.
And for half of these things, like the iPod, like the CRT, you didn't even need internet. You could just fucking use it, you know?
Fair enough. Should we see the next thing? Is it
Yep.
going to be movies or TV shows?
Let's
Frame
see.
it there. Oh, anime.
Oh, it's anime.
Okay. Why is Doraemon 2005?
It is not 2005. That shit was made in the 70s, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's write down our answers.
Oh, God.
God, I hope we do different answers, at least for this one.
This is hard,
So
actually.
anime that came out in 2005 versus anime of today.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
God damn, we all put the same. 2025.
Wait, I'm curious to hear why you put 2025, Joey.
I just think it's fucking... I think, like...
Nuke Tashi.
Well, yeah, that too.
That we wouldn't have got that. We wouldn't have got peak.
We wouldn't have got that in
We
2005.
wouldn't
Are
have
you
got
kidding
that.
me?
They would be
Yeah.
too scared to put that much
No,
first
I think
on the timeline.
I think anime has gotten better because like not only has just the audience base for anime gotten larger, but the demand has gotten larger because of that, and therefore there is more pressure on most studios now to just make higher quality products. You know, and I think like regardless of your current taste in like, you know, old versus new or nostalgia or anything like that. Because I'm trying to take away my nostalgia because clearly I'm way more fond of the left side of the screen than I am the right side. But that's not to say that like, you know, I'm throwing away the entirety of the right side either. I've fucking watched most of these on the right side. So it's
Yeah.
like, and they're great. And they're and you know, the 2005 stuff, yes.
I like how One Piece is both in 2005 and 2025.
It's also in the 90s as well, if you think
Yeah.
about it. But
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But you know, I think like just now that because there is a higher demand and more animes being made, yes, there is more slop, but there is also more good stuff too.
Yeah.
And the fact that there is more of a choice now, and the fact that the niches now of each shows is more catered to more specific niches rather than broader topics compared to say 2005 or earlier.
Yeah.
I think just A, makes it easier for you to actually get into the medium to begin with, but B, you just get higher quality stuff, and there's nothing wrong with higher quality stuff. I mean, look, like if they fucking animated Dan back in 2005, I don't think it would have been good as if they made it today. or with most of these, Gachiakta couldn't be made 2005.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
so-
I think the biggest thing, I think this would actually be a harder question if it wasn't 2005 versus 2025.
It was 2000s versus
Because
2020s.
I feel like 2000s anime, even if it was just 2010s anime versus 2020 anime, that would be a lot harder of a conversation. Because I think in the 2000s, the anime industry was kind of adopting digital animation. And I think a lot of the 2000s anime is characterized by, them figuring out how to make digital animation look good. And so for every banger you got, there were a lot of shows you watch again, you're like,
didn't look great.
damn, this
Brother, what's that?
Yeah, it's kind of the same with TV, right? Like
Yeah.
I've been rewatching Peep Show again for like
Yeah.
the fucking 90th time. And it was made when they started filming digitally, but like 720p was the max.
Yeah.
And it looks like shit today. It does not look good. But then you watch something from 1950s or 60s, and because they recorded it on film, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I think same thing with anime, where it's
Yeah.
like it
Like-
unfortunately 2000s early was when they kind of was at that.
Like, let's talk about 2000s anime CGI. Like,
Well,
Like-
what little there was of
well,
it.
you remember Studio Gonzo, Joey? Remember Studio Gonzo CG?
How could I forget?
Yes. It's funny to mention this, but one of the big reasons why anime has improved is just technology.
Yeah. That's one benefit of technology.
Yeah, technology has given animators more tools.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tedious tasks in
Yeah.
animation that a lot of technology helps with.
Yeah. And I think in general, there are great stories in 2005 and there were trendsetters in 2005, but there are also trendsetters in 2025 as
Absolutely.
well. I think it's hard to argue whether the quality of shows in one decade versus another was better or worse because they both had fucking bangers. There are some.
It depends what
absolutely-
you define quality
this
as.
is also this one is also tough because 2025 is obviously more in line with current tastes and we're
Yes.
probably into.
Yeah.
Whereas 2005, I mean, I was like 9, and only a handful of anime I look back really, really fondly on. And
What do you mean?
Like, obviously, even if I don't think Dan to Dan is my favorite show, there's a lot that I vibe with in the show.
Yeah.
It's very current. It feels very up to date, and I think that's fun.
Yeah.
And that makes it very easy to consume and
Yeah.
enjoy. Whereas, some of these older ones, other than like Samurai Champloo, I might have a harder time fucking with it. Like Mushishi.
Yeah.
Mushishi.
Like, it's a little slower. It's a little like product of its time.
For sure.
And it doesn't mean it's not amazing. It just means that like, at the time when it came out, it was a different
The
audience.
tastes are different.
The
Yeah.
tastes have changed.
Yes,
and I think
absolutely.
that's also why I picked 2025.
Yeah.
But I'm a victim of my time. And I'm sure that when I'm, 2045, I probably won't fuck with the anime coming out because I'm going to be old as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I pretty fuck with this stuff because it's more in line with my age group now.
Yeah. Also, I think a lot of people forget that, like, and clearly they have like rose tinted glasses on when they look back at like 2000s anime. And I'm
Well,
also
a
a
lot of
victim
dog
of this
shit.
as well. Yeah. A lot of the great shows out there that people remember fondly, like, just don't really look that good. And in terms of like the actual quality of animation as well, like, bro, you ever go back to like, I know this is like before 2005, you ever go back to like the first season of Pokemon that we all grew up watching? Dog, it's a fucking PowerPoint. It's
I like it,
It's
though.
like genuinely like bad in some episodes. Whereas you
Yeah.
look at like modern Pokemon anime, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, these guys are actually moving. It's crazy.
But I do think there was a raunchiness to some stories, but I did get toned down by the 2005.
Well,
The
there was
raunchiness-
raunchiness because they were coming off of the 90s OVA era,
Yeah,
where
the-
there was just no holds barred. But this
Yeah.
was around the time where anime
Started
was
to clean
getting
up a little
really
bit, yeah.
commercialized.
Yeah, I would say that
It's a
2025.
very awkward time for anime.
Yeah.
It is.
It
And
is.
I would say that 2025, unlike, let's say, like the 90s and 80s, which had their own vibes,
Yeah.
2005 or just mid 2000s animes in general is kind of like everything that was started in this era, I think has gotten refined into the modern era. Whereas,
agree.
whereas, there are some eras before where, you had like the fucking OVA era where it was going back to those era. It just felt totally fucking different in a lot of
Yeah.
senses, especially with, you know,
Very distinct.
yeah, you look at 90s fantasy and it's such a different vibe to like everything post 2000 fantasy, because
Definitely.
then you started the whole isekai trend, and you know, instead of getting transported to a world and people trying to get back to the original world, it's more about the escapism of going to another world and staying in that other world and being a fucking Giga Chad or whatever.
And aura farming.
Yeah. So I would say this would be a much tougher question if it was any other era than the mid 2000s era, because I do think that this was an era. There are fucking bangers in this era. Holy shit, this is the era that got me into anime.
Yeah.
But it was an era, looking back on it, where anime started to re-find its footing and has grown into where anime is today.
Yeah, it was trying to rediscover itself after the experimental phase of the 90s, I feel. And I think up until this time, it, again, as Garnt said, it hadn't quite gotten its foot in the door yet.
Yeah, because if it was like 2010 versus 2025, I'd probably go 2010.
Yeah, I would definitely
think-
say so. Yeah, 2010 was definitely around the time where I was like, okay, now we actually understand what anime is and where it's going to go.
I think that's when I think of like anime as the modern sense of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
Like the Code Geass, Death Note. That's when I feel like, well, even though Death is like 2009.
Yeah.
But like that's when it became like anime, like the modern anime
Well,
fandom that we all know.
Yeah.
I would say Death Note was actually 2007, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
07.
But I would say that a lot of the bangers that we talk about in the 2000s come more towards like the end of the
Yeah.
2000s.
07 to like 010.
Yeah,
era.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early 2000s anime, there's a lot of fucking awkward shows. That is very, as much as I have a soft spot for them because I grew up with them, is very awkward to recommend today.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, it's just like the show didn't really know what it was doing, or just, it was definitely just a product of its time. Because like, you know, I feel like just media, not just anime, but like just media in general, and music is definitely the same thing, which I'm sure we'll get to eventually. The 2000s, most people didn't really know what the fuck they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They were still trying to come off of the 90s, you know, identity of like, this is what it is currently. And then when the century rolled over, people were like, yeah, but is it though? I don't know. Maybe we should, you know, fuck around and figure out what we're trying to do. And this was, I mean, I love the fact as well, by the way, that half of these shows on the left aren't from 2005 at all.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that
But like
producer
4
did
of
that.
those are from the 90s. So
yeah, that is weird. Oh well.
yeah,
But,
anyway.
I mean, look, we
we
know.
get the point.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on?
Yep.
This episode is sponsored by Cashapp. If you're a regular listener to Trash Taste, you know we hate dealing with Japanese financial services. If only we had a service like Cashapp. Cashapp is a financial service platform that lets users send and receive money, pay for goods and services, and access banking features like a direct deposit and customizable debit cards. One of the coolest things about Cashapp is that you can actually design your own debit cards. If you want to make it weeb themed, that's all up to you as well. Cashapp customers get exclusive discounts for things like coffee, boba, video games, and more. And if you're the type who loves concerts and exclusive drops, your Cashapp gets you early access to ticket sales for huge tours like Kendrick Lamar and Sabrina Carpenter. You also don't need to worry about any random monthly charges or minimum balance requirements. It's a financial tool that works for you with awesome perks and a look that fits your vibe. Why settle for a boring card when you can make a unique one to you? Take control of your money today with Cashapp, and once you sign up, use our exclusive referral code That's Money 10 in your profile to get $10 dropped right into your account when you order and activate your free Cashapp card, and send $5 or more to a friend within your first 14 days. And for full disclaimer, Cashapp is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services is provided by Cashapp's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverages, and discounts provided by Cashapp, a Block Incorporated brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Thank you very much to Cashapp for sponsoring us today. And with that said, back to the episode.
What's next?
Movies.
And TV.
Movies and TVs.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Why is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory there? I feel like that's a weird choice.
I mean, this is pretty easy for me, if I'm being honest.
Why is War of the Worlds there? That's not. That's like putting Sharknado.
Yeah, the Alex's choices are a bit interesting.
It's unfortunate because I think this year in particular has been really shit for movies. But last year was pretty good. Yeah, Dune 2 was last year. This is tough. This is unfair because I feel like I would have done different things for movies and TV. But you know what? I'll just go in the middle here and I'll do this.
God, we all gonna have the same answers for everything? I wonder.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I said 5.
I literally went down the middle because I did have a different answer. for
Okay,
both.
I would have done. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
So Garnt did 2025 for TV and 2005 for movies.
'Cause
Joey did 2005. I didn't know that was an option, Garnt.
Yeah.
I just made that an option because it was movies
But no,
and TVs.
I agree. I think movies this year, not that great. And
K-pop Demon Hunters.
well, look, I'd also,
fuck up.
Game of Demon Hunters became Netflix's most successful thing
Yeah.
ever.
I'm not even surprised.
And I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
I'm fucking. The K-pop Demon Hunters, unironically, is one of the most exciting things to happen in the modern movie industry for a long time because it's something that's not a fucking sequel or a remake. It's a modern IP
It's actually a new thing.
that is new, and I totally don't. It doesn't vibe with me, but I 100% respect it and support it all the way.
So I think when we talk about gaming, well, we were very fortunate where we got to see a good chunk of the later part of early gaming. And we got to experience, PlayStation 1, which is probably, like SNES is when, they started to really like refine gaming, I think. We didn't have to go through the Atari slop days and all these other confused, like Commodore, even though I know there's some classics there. We didn't grow up with that, which I think is very fortunate because we kind of got the tail end of early gaming that started to be really good and really fun. Whereas movies have been around for a very long time.
Yes.
And the idea of a blockbuster has been around before we were born.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think film as a medium, as we've known it, has not changed an incredible amount in the in comparison to gaming. So I think going into this discussion and thinking about movies in that sense then is interesting because gaming has just changed so much and now is kind of becoming a bit more like the same over the past, like games from 2025, not crazy different from 2015, other than like live service. But movies we can tell, and I think movies in 2005 fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of shitty movies lately, but mainly I think this is due to because movies are extremely expensive, and there's not a lot of avenues for movies to make money outside of streaming.
Yes.
Like, I mean, the fact that K-pop Demon Hunters was straight to Netflix, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2, straight to Netflix. The only
I didn't even know they made a Happy Gilmore 2.
No.
it was bad. I watched it.
Yeah, I bet. Why did anybody think that Happy Gilmore 2 might
But
potentially be good?
it was a full nostalgia bait movie.
Of course
and
it
that's
was.
fine because I
But
don't.
if that's
'cause
the case, just go watch the first movie.
yeah, I don't care because Adam Sandler seems to have fun. And
Yeah, I mean,
he
look,
makes
all the more
movies
power to
and
him.
whatnot.
Yeah.
But like Jurassic World, I mean, no one should be forced to watch that film.
What's that like Martin Scorsese like quote again where he was like he hates the fact that like nowadays like cinema is just a bunch of people getting into tight costumes and acting in front of a green screen.
No, he didn't say it was like modern blockbusters are a roller coaster or something.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
it's a
that's
theme
right. It's like a
park.
theme park.
Like a theme park.
yeah, like it's all
We
about
probably
like
got that quote completely wrong. But
yeah, it's something like
yeah.
that. Where it was like it's all about like the thrills and like the excitement of a film, but there's no actual like emotional depth. And like I kind of half agree with that because there's like lots of like say independent films that are being made, which still definitely are cinema and are great. But you go to like the cinemas now, and it's like every other movie is just like, oh, okay, here's a bunch of famous actors in front of a green screen. All right, cool. Great.
Yeah. I mean, I
wouldn't say-
like F1 the movie a lot. I watched that. That was a very good movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a bunch of actors in front of a green screen. It's more of just to me, modern blockbusters feels very, very samey,
They have to be safe.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
to be safe. It's not about getting a mid-sized movie and making a lot of profit of that. It's about taking big budgets and making a big summer blockbuster But also what that means is that you tick off a lot of the same fucking boxes all the time to appeal to as wide of an audience as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, certainly.
Because there's no way in hell, for example, that like if Sin City came out in 2025, that it would have any fucking attention.
Yeah, I mean, even like American Pie. Not that it was a great movie, but
Yeah.
like that, like, you know, and Superbad. Like these types of films just wouldn't be made.
Oh, dude,
And-
the
and-
whole
yeah.
concept of comedy films is dead now.
Yeah, like
There are no comedy films anymore.
because they would make money through VHS or DVD sales and, you know, whatever, you know, rentals, whatever. And all the revenue for making movies is gone. Like it is, you can only make it from it performing well on streaming services, which doesn't make much, or
Yeah.
movie tickets, which you have to sell so many to make your money back now.
Yeah.
That it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And you know, even though Superman was a good film, I think the genre is just very stale and overdone at this point where a lot of people feel quite burned by it, me included.
Yeah.
I've complained numerous times about this on the show.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
Fucking sick of superhero movies, dude.
And I say that, but then there's like fucking Batman here, which is a superhero movie, and then obviously Harry Potter and
No, I
Star
remember
Wars.
there was this conversation about superhero fatigue all the way back in 2005.
Yeah.
When Spider-Man came out, Batman, the whole Batman trilogy came out.
Yeah.
People were already talking about this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's only gotten, and now
It's just
it's
gotten
only
worse.
gotten worse. Yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, on the flip side, yeah, TV I think is more interesting and almost better than it's ever been.
I literally have no opinion because I just don't really watch TV shows. And I never really did back in the day either. So
I've been
I'm
watching-
only specifically talking about movies.
I've been
in my
watching
opinion.
the Alien Earth show,
Oh.
and that's
up?
really good. It's like a series from the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
Really fucking interesting, really well done,
All right.
and like super interesting. Even though that is a very old franchise, it's a franchise that I quite like. The Alien
Yeah.
world is so cool.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that TV series nowadays don't need to have like 15 seasons of 24 episodes per season run to just tell a story.
Yeah.
You know, what I like about TV series nowadays is that it's become not only a lot more digestible, but also just a lot more condensed, and I think generally high quality. You know, you don't really get the. I remember I've been recommended clips of like Dexter again recently, and I enjoy this. Every TV show back in the day is characterized by, oh yeah, like I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of that, and they just fell off, right? Like
Yeah.
Lost, yeah, I enjoyed like the first few seasons, and then I just stopped watching. And I feel like nowadays it's more of just, yo, every season gets better and better, and then it ends.
Yeah. They don't
And that's-
overstay their welcome.
And that's fucking great.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Right.
And that's the way I think it should be, rather than a TV series getting renewed just because of the fact that it's popular, not
Well,
because.
yeah, I mean there was less TV in general, and you were competing
Yeah.
against less, and now you have to compete against so many things.
Yeah.
So it is better. But then sometimes you have to wait like 5 years between seasons now, and you're like, God damn it.
I'd rather wait 5 years for seasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some of the quality that we're getting, you know? Yeah.
I don't want to wait 5 years. I'll be honest with you. If Severance took like, if I have to wait that long again for another season, I'm probably just gonna not care anymore. It'd be a decade in my life for what is an equivalent of like 10 hours of TV.
Yeah. This is why I never got into TV shows
It
as
is
a
like
concept.
it is. I think it is a valid argument to be like it is taking too long for some shows. Like House of the Dragon. Loved season 1. Took so long for season 2, and not much happened. And that's because of the style of show.
Yeah.
But I feel like that should have been a factor in consideration when making the show. Like, look, season 2 is going to be a lot of build up. We should probably plan around shooting these back to back. Let's make the preparations. But obviously, that's a risk that some studios aren't willing to take. But then what ends up happening is that people just don't give a fuck anymore because they've already moved on. They're already on to the next thing. It's not in their minds anymore. I think I think it's a legitimate complaint. I don't think it's like entitlement. I think it's like when you take too long between certain things, you often don't have the fan power to stick around the same way a Star Wars might.
Well, I would argue that,
But I agree, quality is best.
yeah, obviously quality is great. Obviously, I'm of the philosophy of I will wait for as long as needs be to get a good quality product. We live in an age where information is as easy to get as ever. If you really want, if it was that good of a quality, that's, you know, the hype might have died down, but let's take Severance, for example. You know, I still really enjoyed a lot of the second season, and it didn't take me too long to catch up. All you needed to do was just watch some fucking recap videos, and there, you're caught up to...
Yeah, but what if I don't want to watch the recap videos?
I also wish that if a season takes more than 3 years for the next season to come out, I think it should be mandatory and law that you have a little mini recap before you start the first episode, done by the show. I need them to tell me.
There are some shows that do that.
And I fucking love it when they do.
Pretty sure Severance did that.
I think Severance did. But ReZero, those motherfuckers, they needed a recap. I had to go to YouTube. I had to pause the first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I got to watch a recap. I felt like they should have done it. But I think the sad truth of people is that even if it takes 5 years to make the show absolutely perfect, if you are missing that hype, you know, sometimes that results in less people watching. And if that happens, maybe there's just not enough money or interest to fund the next season of that would have been perfect show. And so I do think there is this real concern that you do have to kind of keep all your audiences engaged if you're keeping them on for a ride.
So we're talking about the business side of things now.
But I'm saying, like, obviously in an ideal world, I would love for the show to be perfect. And if that takes 5 years, it takes 5 years. But I'm a consumer, and even, you know, I'm telling you that, like, after 5 years, I struggle to remember much about Severance. I still really wanted to watch it because it's one of my favorite TV shows when it came out. But even after 5 years, I was like, man, I kind of feel like I moved on a little bit. But I was super pumped to jump back into it. But I'm sure there were a lot of people who didn't really care to.
I don't know.
So that's a real problem that you have to think about when you are a TV show.
It is a real problem that you have to think about. I 100% agree with that, but that is less to do with, you know, the quality of the TV show itself. Because for me, there has been, I am of the philosophy of I don't need to watch something unless I feel like watching it. Some people, they're like, this is the hot thing right now. I need to watch or play or read this hot
I don't
thing
feel that way.
right now. But you know, I feel like there's been a lot of shows that I have lost the hype on, and then I'm like, I wake up one day and I'm like, oh, I feel like watching this thing right now.
But also, I think a really important aspect of this is that when you say, like, okay, it takes 5 years to make it, I don't think it takes 5 years to make it because they're taking more time to cook. I think it takes longer because the business aspect of it is more fucked. Like, I think these studios are not comfortable greenlighting multiple seasons. I think maybe there's too many big names involved. Scheduling becomes messy. I don't think it takes longer because it takes longer. I think it takes longer because management of projects is worse. And money is so tight with these companies that it becomes a shitty thing where we have to wait until the entire season is done before we greenlight the next season, which then takes a long time because maybe the same people who worked on it aren't available anymore because they need work. So I think, like, I don't think, like, Severance took as long as it did because that's how long it took. I think it, like, Ben Stiller wasn't as available to write. I mean, that's like a thing. You can read it, like, it's admitted, like, Ben Stiller's too busy.
Well, I think it was more, I think it comes down to more of just like when you have a pilot season, it's that you only get the pilot season. Because I've seen a lot of examples where the gap between season 1 and 2 is fucking massive, and then it gets like, okay, here's a regular thing because now they have like data to prove that
it has longevity.
It has longevity. And you sometimes you have examples like Attack on Titan where initially the hype isn't as big, but as the momentum catches back up.
But that is rare, though. That is very rare.
That is rare.
I feel like that is not the case.
Every long-running series can hit that. But I'm sure they're all striving for that, but they're not.
And even
not
then,
always
sometimes shows do come back after that cult classic.
Yeah.
But not everyone has come back on board, or maybe some people are not, like, you know, stuff like this happens. Because, you know, like Beetlejuice, you know, that movie, maybe this is a bad example, but, like, you know, they had his name plays Beetlejuice.
Not Kevin. What's his name?
He played Batman. He played so many other characters.
Oh my god!
You know him? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
The main guy who plays Beetlejuice.
And Tim Burton obviously came back, but it just wasn't very
It
good.
was
But
alright.
I mean, that wasn't a show that needed a season 2 or
No,
like a
right.
second movie. But like, there
No
are
one
aspects where
asked for
like, just because you then even bring on the same people doesn't mean that it's going to have the same magic.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like it's not so easy.
Yeah.
But like, also like Avatar, it's like, James Cameron, why is it so fucking long between Avatar 1 and 2? And then they realized, hey, yeah, if we're going to make 4 fucking Avatars, we should probably film them all back to back, which he did. And I'm glad that he did, because I can't imagine a worse thing than talking about Avatar 2040, being part of the franchise. You know what I mean? It's just like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously it'll come out soon. So cool. I'm willing to watch it. But
Right.
if it was another 10-year wait, or I think it's like 15 years or something, I'd be like, fuck no, I don't give a fuck about Avatar. I barely gave enough of a fuck to watch the second one.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the
I
second
just
one.
went for it because I was near a movie theater and I thought, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, but that was the thing where I feel like time had most certainly hurt any chance of season 2 being successful. Oh, as successful.
Wasn't Avatar 2 pretty successful?
It was pretty successful. I don't understand how, because I don't fucking know anyone who gave a fuck.
I mean, sometimes hype can die, but sometimes people would just go with whatever the hype tells them to go with.
Exactly.
Hence Avatar 2, you know?
Yep.
But there are a lot of, there are so many examples for each side here.
Yeah.
But that Harry Potter remake, huh? HBO.
Sorry?
That Harry Potter remake for HBO.
I'm so scared for those kids, man.
You seen this?
Nope.
They're remaking
How do you do this?
they're
How do you not
remaking
know
Harry
this
Potter.
stuff?
Huh?
They're remaking Harry
God.
Potter as an
How
HBO
have you not
series.
heard about this? What?
I don't know, man.
This is crazy.
Snape's black now.
Oh, that was what all the memes were
Yeah,
about.
that's what that's
Yeah, so
about.
HBO is doing a Harry Potter series.
Oh,
And like
okay.
John Lithgow is going to be Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, most of the casting just seems kind of like, okay, sure.
Harry Potter. Yeah, there's just an entirely new cast of kids now that are going. I assume going to go back to like, Philosopher's Stone, like first movie. But man,
Yeah, maybe it's a season book. I don't know.
I'm sure it's going to be like season 1 is Philosopher's Stone, season 2 Chamber of Secrets.
I'm calling it
et
now.
cetera,
When they
et
get to like Prisoner of Azkaban, it's gonna be like a 2-parter, and then they're gonna make
cetera. Of course
everything
they
a
are.
2-parter.
Of course they are.
If it's successful, I'm not sure of it.
Yeah.
But John Lithgow, I don't know if he'll be around for
Yeah, right.
like 20 seasons of Harry Potter.
Same thing's going to happen. That happened with the first Dumbledore.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, movies were definitely better 2005. I think we
It's
can all
kind of
agree.
depressing to talk about.
It is depressing.
I don't know. I feel depressed talking about
Yeah.
it. All right, what's next?
All right, what's next?
Oh my
Food.
gosh.
Food.
Food and the way we consume it, I suppose, as well. Because there's restaurants like
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, these crappy little whatever.
I love how the Costco hot dog is on both. Alex knows what's up. The dog never changes.
and it's even cheaper in Japan.
It's cheaper in Japan.
It is.
It is so fucking cheap in Japan.
I had one a couple of weeks ago and it was fucking amazing.
You went to Costco a couple of weeks? Me too.
Yeah. I was like, I have to get the dog.
I mean, you gotta get the dog.
You got to get the dog.
You know the Costco pizza, the slice. I think. Can you Google this? The cheese slice pizza. How many calories do you think it is for one slice of pizza in the Costco America?
I don't know. It's probably something like fucking 700 calories, maybe
I think it is like 800, 900.
760.
760.
Damn, I'm good.
But,
God damn.
but how much protein does it have? This also blew my mind. If you're bulking,
Wait,
bro,
a cheese pizza?
it's got 44 grams of protein.
Where is the from the cheese?
They put so much fucking cheese on the pizza.
You're basically just eating a block of cheese at that point.
You are. It is a block of cheese.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine one slice of pizza, nearly 800 calories?
It's like, bro, I'm bulking.
No,
Give me the cheese pizza.
Genuinely. Like,
Wow, all right, well, next
44 grams of protein in
all
that
right,
bitch.
next time I'm at Costco, I gotta bring home a cheese pizza. I'm on that bulk right now. That's
Anyway,
crazy.
Food. Let's go to it.
Food.
Shit. How do you discern this?
Okay, first of all, can we all agree that going to Pizza Hut in the early 2000s was so fucking high?
Goated.
Oh man, so
Goated.
On
fucking
arrival.
goated.
Goated.
I think,
Yeah.
I think eating food as a family, we got to experience the best of it.
Oh yeah.
When we were around, maybe even before our time slightly, was like the hypest and coolest part of being a kid. Like we talked about this before, but like going to McDonald's.
Yeah, I was gonna
going to
say.
Pizza Hut.
Yo, corporations, let's go.
Yeah, dude. It was sick, dude. It was sick. It was sick, man.
It was actually goaded.
Before they were, dude, it was so hype. Yeah, they were marketing directly to us. But
Yeah.
hey, fuck, it works, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, food now. For me, but I'm
Dude, do we need to discuss this?
Yeah.
It's,
It's
I mean, it's hard to argue.
yeah. I think you can just speak on behalf of us, Connor.
2025.
Yeah.
Go on, Drew.
Yeah, we all agree.
This is not much of a discussion.
I think, look, there was not a lot of nutritional information around back then, and a lot of shit that was in this food that would not be legal in Europe.
Yeah.
America is probably still fine, but a lot of this shit is pretty ass.
Yeah.
If you try it now, you realize why it got left to the side.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
God, food has just never been better. God fucking damn.
It's just evolved in a great way.
I mean, we can try food from all over the world,
Yeah.
inspiration from all over the world. Like, we live in a time where you can have like every type of cuisine. If you live in certain parts of the world, you can try everything. And even if you don't, you can still try.
Even in rural areas, there are still a lot more choice of just different foods. Whereas before, where I was growing up, you eat rice and people look at you like you're a fucking psychopath.
But now you can go to, even in the UK, which is not known for food, but you can go to the supermarket and get ready meals that are Indian food, Chinese food.
Yeah.
Also, there's just so much more like dietary options as well for people who need to be on like certain dietary
it's
options. It was
so-
so hard to back in 2005 to
So
find
much
something.
easier watching what you're eating.
Yeah,
I feel like.
absolutely.
There's a lot more information and also the ability to share information with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
People keeping track online.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot more.
I will say that's the one good thing about like TikToks and Shorts is that I found some great fucking recipes from it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, someone.
That would be so hard to find back in
Everyone's just a
2005.
much better chef as
Yeah,
well
you'd
because
have
of
to
the
be-
resources that are available.
Yeah, because in 2005, the only way you'd be able to find a new recipe is if you like bought like a fucking cookbook.
Yeah.
Which
You didn't know what it
today-
looks like,
and you
you
didn't know
know?
what it looked like. And like today, no one fucking buys cookbooks anymore because you don't need to.
And like that like mac and cheese kid cuisine thing in the bottom middle is
that
fucking
is
diabolical.
Yeah.
that's insane.
You know that shit would taste disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, easily 2025. I don't think there needs to be much discussion
Nah.
about this.
Nah.
2025.
Yep.
Yeah. Toys.
Toys. Oh wow.
Oh,
Fuck. This is tough.
this is tough.
Fuck. Why do they put Mr. Beast Lab swarms in there? Like, bro. This is tough because obviously we don't use toys.
Yes. I think though the argument can maybe be said. I mean, I think we can all agree 2005 was just better because we were kids.
Well, I mean,
But in saying that, I will say 2025, there have also been this trend of kids, toys, that have been catered towards more of an adult fan base that clearly is like banking on the nostalgia. Say, for instance, Lego is like, back in 2005, there were very little Lego sets or anything like that, or even just the culture of creating Lego as an adult. Whereas now it's very much normalized and Lego has fully leaned into that shit. And they're like, yep, these are sets for adults now.
All right. I got it.
But yeah, I think we can all agree it's this. All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. 05.
yeah, 5.
I saw Bionicle and I was like,
Do toys even exist anymore?
say like, yeah.
Toys for kids?
Have you walked into?
I think the age upon which you stop playing with toys is a lot sooner now.
Yes.
I think
I agree with that.
I'm like, most of the toys I see, they're not even marketed towards kids anymore.
phones,
That's the thing.
Yeah, iPads, phones.
That's the thing. Lego now is an adult hobby.
Pokemon cards?
Pokemon cards, adult,
Adult
hobby.
hobby.
Labubu, adult hobby. It's all catering to
Yeah, and like-
the nostalgia of kids who grew up in 2005.
And like a third of these things in the 2025 are like dog shit things from like
Beyblades?
Timu.
Yeah,
Adult.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and you also had to make, like, because toys were, I feel like, such a bigger market in
Yes.
the early 2000s, you
Yeah.
had to really make some cool toys.
Absolutely.
Because we did not have the internet to help distract us.
Or like Timu, fucking, you can get so much garbage for so cheap now.
Yeah.
But like, toys were quite expensive back then. If you were to buy one of these things, like it had to kind of be good.
How many of those on the left did you have as a kid?
Unfortunately, never got to do Bionicle.
Oh, really?
I had the Bop It. I had Beyblades. I had that robot thing.
What is that robot thing?
I had that robot thing. And I had the iDog, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had the Razor scooter.
I had the Razor Scooter.
I had the Razor Scooter as well.
Many a shin were cracked.
Bop It. I know. I
Some of
went
this shit is
crazy on Bop It.
expensive, man. Some of this shit is
Dude,
expensive.
I remember my friend had the moon shoes and I was so jealous.
Yeah.
And then when I actually tried it, I was like, this is kind of ass.
Yeah. Well, I had a trampoline, which was way
same,
fucking better.
Same.
But what is this shit, man? Like that Lego thing is not for kids. That's for an adult.
No, in fact, I was very close
Why
to buying
is
that.
Labubu's on here?
Because it is a toy.
I've never seen a kid have a Labubu before.
But that's the thing. It's that like toys today now, I think more than anything, are catered towards adults who grew up as kids 20 years ago. And they're banking on the nostalgia. Because if you think about it, Labubu is just the modern day Furby.
Yeah. You know, there's something about a Labubu that makes me so sad.
Why is that?
There's just something that like it kind of embodies like hyper consumerism and trends to like such a degree that is like so depressing. Because like you only care about the Labubu because other people care about the Labubu.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that like it is an earnest thing that you fucking have fell in love with and it means so much to you. Because you only care about it because it's a trend. And I feel like it is everything wrong with like us and like TikTok and advertising.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's definitely the case.
Nobody liked Labubus a year ago. Nobody even fucking heard about it. And what it doesn't do anything. It just sits there.
No, but that's the thing. It's the modern day Furby. It's the exact same thing. And I think a lot of the people who are into things like Labubus now and pop vinyl toys are the people who grew up with Bratz dolls, Furbies, and stuff like that. And it's their way of tapping into that nostalgic element of them playing with soft vinyl toys like this, but in a little bit more of a fashionable and trendy way. And you know,
I mean, as a fashion item, I could totally understand.
Yeah,
but like when people just buy it because hype, I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, but you can say that about
No,
anything.
it's
You can say that
always-
about
it's always-
Pokemon cards.
It's always been that way.
I mean,
You
that's
know?
more of a speculative thing at this point. I feel like that is like people are trying to do it because of perceived value.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess
but
for some
same
people,
thing's happening with
Labubus,
Labubu as
yeah.
well. You know?
Look,
Yeah, I mean, when
it's-
I mentioned that, I was like, yeah, but I mean, I bought Magic cards that were like fucking expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right?
It's-
We're all a
his-
victim of it.
History repeats itself. Labubu is just the latest next hot trend, but there'll always be another hot trend.
Of course, there's always going to be something to replace
Yeah.
it because that nostalgia, and as long as that generation exists, aka our generation that again grew up with 2005 toys, exists, there's always going to be something to replace that. And you know, I'd say like the whole again trend of Lego finally tapping into, you know, sets for adults is very much that. Like they understand that nostalgia is such a massive thing, and you know that's not to say that.
Also, Lego can just make a fuck ton more money if
Yeah.
they sell you more pieces.
Of course,
Yeah.
but I would
Children
argue
don't have disposable incomes.
no,
It's-
but I would argue that I don't know the exact details, but as someone who still builds Legos to this day, I very much buy them because it taps into that nostalgic part of me that I want to relive, but in a modern way. And I think toy manufacturers are so good at that now because they understand how powerful nostalgia is. Whereas in 2005, they didn't have to do that.
When I was in America, I saw he was like on the side of the road, like a pop-up tent that was selling toys. And one of the toys they sold was Italian brain rot toys.
What?
Yeah, let me show you this image.
I hate those string of words that you just said, by the way. Before I even see the image of it, I already hate it.
Oh, look at that. And it's like the tung 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 tung.
The fuck?
Yeah. And like the cappuccino ballerina or whatever the fuck. Like this thing.
I knew it was over when I walked into a toy store.
Yeah,
and,
like there's like tung tung Sahara
Yeah.
shit. Like look at this
Yeah.
shit, man. We're cooked.
Yeah. I knew it was over the moment I started seeing like fucking skibbity toilet plushies and stuff like that. I was like, it's over. It's over for toys.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think
yeah.
kids today can even agree that 2005 toys were better.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like my kid is getting a Razor scooter, no question.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not true.
There was just more innovation back then because it was the thing that was actually targeted towards kids.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know why, but you know when someone's like obsessed with like Hello Kitty, Cinnamon Roll, all that shit? I'm trying to think in my head why I feel like that feels more earnest than Labubu's. In my head,
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I know it is to the extent, but I don't know why I feel like
I think it's because
Because
Labubu is
Labubu's-
trending and you can't escape from it now.
Labubu's came out. Oh my god, I just hate saying the word. It just
yeah,
feels dirty.
maybe because it's like
It just came up so quickly.
Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
quickly and that it feels like it has no identity.
No, it definitely does.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know,
think
to
you're only.
me-
I think you're only saying that because when it comes to like, say, Sanrio characters,
Yeah.
they had things like anime. They had things like other cross media
I
stuff
think that's
to build
it.
the lore.
Like, why, like, you know, when someone's really into anime figures, which I guess is the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, but there's a lot of like connection there to a piece
Yeah.
of media.
yeah,
Whereas I think when there's literally just this thing that has nothing
yeah.
and just spawned and they're like, this is valuable. You're
Well,
like,
that's the thing. If
"Oh."
Labubu started off as an anime, I don't think you'd feel the same way.
No, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Because I would think, you know, I would associate you have some sort of, you know, you've maybe built up a connection with that piece of media. And it's a lot more understandable, I think.
But I feel like that's how like our parents felt when they fucking saw the Furby for the first time. They were like, "What is
for
this
sure.
shit?
Yeah.
Like,
for
what is
sure,
this? It's
for
just a
sure.
fucking furball that occasionally makes noises.
Yep.
Like, why am I paying $40 for this shit?
All right.
you know?
Well,
All right.
toy sucks.
It's all perspective.
Next thing.
Next thing.
Oh, okay.
Cartoons.
2000s.
Oh, okay. Now we're going on to the
Generational.
2000s versus the 2020s. So it's still a 20-year gap, but now it's like a whole
Ben 10 is
decade.
still going.
Yeah, Ben 10 is still going.
Ben 10 is still very popular.
Most of these shows are still going.
Do you know which one is the most popular show, Garnt? Kid show?
Bluey.
Yeah, Bluey
Yeah.
fucking runs this world.
Aussie, Aussie.
We're all in Bluey's world.
Okay. So 2000s or 2020s.
Okay, this is also so unfair.
It is unfair.
One of them, I was the age to consume them. Like,
That is true. Even though people keep saying like cartoons, you know, aren't just for kids, but man, when you see this lineup,
yeah,
I mean, it's the 2000s. Come on.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched a couple of episodes of Bluey. It's
Yeah.
pretty fucking good.
It is good.
Oh, dude,
Bluey's
no.
fucking great.
No, I'm sure it is. And, you know, this is coming from someone like I've seen a couple of episodes of Gumball, and
But
I think it's
also,
actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I think some of these are very kid-like, whereas some of those are a lot more like early teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek. Shrek is an adult movie disguised as a kid's
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
Courage the Cowardly Dog is a late teenager's disguised as a cartoon.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I just don't know enough about modern cartoons.
Yeah,
because none of us.
I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable saying older
Yeah.
or new, but I know Bluey fucking hits hard.
Yeah, Bluey's great.
And I've heard from people who have kids that are like, I fucking love watching Bluey with my kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if my parents never watched any cartoons with me because they didn't fuck with any of them.
Yeah.
My dad only watched 2 cartoons with me,
Yeah.
Samurai Jack and Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Dude, I wish.
Oh.
Were the
I wish-
only
I
2
wish my
shows
dad-
that my dad was
wish
like,
my dad
all
liked
right,
Samurai
you know
Jack."
what? I fuck with this heavy.
I mean, like, look, if Samurai Jack was there, I'd put that and there would be no contest. GG.
That is true. But the new season was also pretty fucking good.
That was very much aimed at adults.
Yes.
I'll just do 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm writing it down. I put
Yeah, you
2000s,
can
sure.
speak on behalf of
let's-
us.
I mean, I really don't feel like we can have a good discussion
Yeah.
on this
Let's
one.
go.
'cause we're not.
Let's go.
Yeah,
to
this
the
is
next
purely
Not kids.
nostalgia.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. 2000s versus 2020s education. Ooh, okay, interesting. Huh.
Dude, I watched this Netflix show.
Uh huh.
It was a movie, and it was the most psycho shit. Can I spoil it for you? Because I don't think do you watch true crime documentaries on
No.
Netflix?
Not as much anymore, no.
Okay, I'm gonna spoil this. I don't know what it's called. Let me quickly check the name before I spoil it for you.
God,
So-
but while you're looking at that, by the way, the fucking wave of nostalgia the moment I saw that fucking Microsoft CD.
Yeah, I know, right?
Holy
Oh.
shit. Oh my God. Just
Yeah,
opening
so-
up the dish tray and fucking putting a CD in. God damn.
I was at Ludwig's house, and right before I left, they played this documentary called Unknown Number: The High School Catfish, and apparently it's very popular in America right now.
Okay.
And I'll spoil the entire thing for you.
Go on.
So if you do want to watch this, it's an hour and a half. You can go and watch it. If you don't really care for true crime, you're not really missing out.
Yeah.
It was a case where there was a girl and a boyfriend, and they'd been added to a group chat where someone was just typing the most vulgar shit to them, like sending text through burner numbers.
Okay.
And it kept happening. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, man, why don't they just, like, I know it's bad, but why don't you just block this number? And they would block the number, and then, okay, they would have a new burner number, would add them both to a group chat, and would keep texting them. Then I was like, why don't they just change their phone number? They didn't change their phone number until 2 years of this harassment.
Okay.
So for 2 years, they let this harassment go on. This person texting them multiple times a day, harassing them, saying absolutely heinous shit to these like 12-year-olds. And it was always about this one guy who was like, he was like a 13-year-old or something. And he was like, this bitch doesn't love you. She won't give you blowjobs and shit, like daily.
Okay.
And then she'd be like, wow, you really fucking sucked at basketball. I saw you got no points today. So they were all like very personal too. Right. So whoever was harassing them
they knew this person, right?
Knew this person, but was in school with them because they had information to things that were in school with them. And this went on for like ages, and they couldn't figure out who was doing it, but it was starting to affect relationships. And it got really weird when they had broken up these two people because they finally couldn't take it anymore, that this person was doing this and harassing them. And then the boy who was getting harassed was dating a girl in like a state over, and somehow got both their numbers, added them to a group chat, and started harassing them again. And like that was like, what the fuck is going on? How the hell do they get these numbers? It turned out the person who was doing it was the parent of the girl who was dating the kid originally.
Okay.
Who was sending these messages being like, you're a bitch, you're a piece of shit. It was the mom who was sending it to her daughter in a group chat with this other guy.
Fuck.
Yeah, on fucking Unhinged. They found it out because they did like VPN traces on like the service that she was using to make these numbers.
Yeah.
And she was doing this for 2 years, like absolutely harassing her daughter.
Why?
The prevailing theory was I think it's like a thing called like Munchausen thing, where it's like,
oh, yeah,
you would, but normally this would be you would make your kids sick,
Right.
to make them need you.
Oh,
But
I see.
instead
I see.
the theory was that like she wanted the daughter to wanna
to be like reliant on her.
because then she'd be
Right,
crying all day and be like, "Mom, no."
I see.
And also then they thought that she was kind of obsessed with this boy who was like a kid.
Right.
So it was all very
was
fucking
taking the attention away from the mother.
Yeah, it was all fucking very weird.
Yeah, right.
And the whole time I was thinking this,
That's
I was
psychotic.
like, this shit, you just couldn't do this shit back then.
No.
Like,
Hell no.
Like,
That would've been way too
expensive.
expensive.
You can't get burner numbers that easily or like readily available for like on a service. And I was just watching it. I was like, man, it must fucking suck to be a kid nowadays. Having to, you can have this happen to you.
Yeah.
And now AI's in the mix. Oh my
Dog.
god.
It's GG's.
I'm like, it's so cooked.
I'm gonna
We've never
take a
been more
piss quickly.
cooked. Yeah, learning fucking sucks now, it seems.
I just feel bad for that generation of kids who had to go through school during the pandemic and the whole Zoom classroom shit.
Oh, they lost 2 years of their life.
I couldn't
They lost 2 years of their life.
imagine going through that. And
What a
obviously
sad waste of 2
it's
years.
it's not the fault of the kids or the education system
Nah,
or
it is fault
anything.
the kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, no one's at fault. It's just an unfortunate situation. But man, I'm sure like that really fucked up the mentality of not just the students who had to go through that shit, but just like the teachers as well. I can't fucking imagine being a teacher during that period. Can you imagine trying to fucking... it's hard enough to wrangle together a classroom full of kids IRL. Could you imagine trying to do that over a fucking Zoom call? It's impossible.
No, it's cooked.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need a yawn.
That's all right. I will say, what is that thing called on the top right of the 2000 side? The thing where it's like the projector? Is it a projector?
Yeah, it's a projector.
Yeah. Paper projector?
Yeah, they still use that in my school when I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know
Dude.
that?
I didn't know they still used it. I thought it was all completely replaced by like the smart whiteboards.
No,
or
there
whatever.
was some teachers that really liked the projector and being able to.
Oh yeah, dude, it's a vibe now. I love that shit.
Yeah, some of the teachers really liked it, and it
Yeah.
was still somewhat effective. We used it. I used
definitely.
it even in high school, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, I still had it.
Oh yeah,
when
no.
was in
I
high
remember
school.
using it in high school, definitely. But around like the end of high school for me was when they were slowly being phased out by the smart whiteboards.
Yeah,
You know?
that too. But I there was one teacher that our physics teacher, I remember, he really liked the blackboard and didn't want to remove it, and he loved. And I also think the blackboard is hyper shit.
The blackboard is hype as shit.
The blackboard is unrivaled.
I'm so happy that schools in Japan today still use it.
yeah, the
It's
blackboard.
like, I hope they never get rid of that.
The fucking projector over there.
Yeah, I was just saying
I
that.
love that.
Shit.
The top 3 on the 2000 side, actually that whole 2000 side is just so nostalgic to me.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, the CRT on the tray.
Oh man.
That's how you knew when the substitute teacher came in and he pushed that shit in and was like,
Oh, we're watching Shrek today.
yeah,
Okay.
we're watching Shrek today. Let's go,
Yeah.
dog.
Also, like, it is crazy to me, and I don't understand why this isn't like banned. Why are phones allowed in school? Like
Facts.
Like, I know that like emergency, but I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
They got your number on file. If there's an emergency, they'll fucking call you.
I think what they should do is they should keep phones like school so that, like parents can call or whatever, just in case anything happens. But turn the internet off.
I think like you should. No, I think you should have to like hand in your phone when you get to school, and you get it when you leave.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you should be allowed your phone in school. Like, I think and they also think like you're robbing kids the opportunity to live without their phone. Because when they go home, they're going to use their phone.
Yeah.
When they get on the bus, they're going to use their phone.
Yep.
I don't understand why you just don't give kids 8 hours where they don't fucking use their phone.
Because they're all going to go fucking insane. That's why. Because they're so reliant on it.
But I
I mean, at which age do you think a kid should get a phone?
16,
I mean, look, I think
15, 16, I'd say for me.
if you are, your kid is commuting to school on their own, I think it's understandable to want them to have a phone to worry about it, especially because like certain part, like if you're in America, bro, that's just dangerous as fuck. PvP is on.
Yeah.
You need that phone.
Yeah.
But like, do you need it in school? I don't think so. Like, what would you like getting to school? Sure.
Even flip phone.
You flip phone, sure. Yeah, flip phone too.
Give them the fucking Nokia brick phone.
But like, you shouldn't be able to have this monolith that has all the world's information on it and doesn't challenge you and allows you to be,
Yeah.
But then they pull out a, Chromebook or whatever, and they have to use that anyway. So I don't know. I don't like, yes, you need to use, and of course you should have laptops in the classroom because look, I resent the fact that they seem to think that like using a calculator was something barbaric in school when it was like, brother, we're going to be using this our entire life. Like the calculator is not going anywhere. There's a reason why this was invented and it's going to be used. And that's why probably in secondary school you had the math exams with calculators and without. I don't know if you had that.
Yes, we had that.
So like, yeah, it makes sense, right? But so I'm not saying like no technology allowed, but like I feel like it's crazy that kids are allowed phones in school. But I know Australia, are they banning it or trying to ban it?
I think
or
they're
something?
trying to ban it, yeah.
It's crazy to me that there's parents that don't want this banned.
Yeah.
But like, is it like helicopter parents? I don't know.
I
like,
think
what is
it might
Like,
be
what is the
that and-
I'm not a parent, so I don't know. Like, what is
It
the motivation?
might, I mean, I'm sure it's a case by case, but I'm sure like obviously a lot of helicopter parents are like, no, I need to make sure that my child is safe at all times. And I'm like, yeah, but you're in a school. It's supposed to be a safe environment for your child. And if you don't think that way, then there's clearly something wrong with either the education system or the school that you put your kid in.
Yeah, there's also some like kids doing some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I don't think they should be allowed to have pictures. Like the kids will probably take up other kids doing some like, in their probably most vulnerable moments.
Yeah.
That'll come to haunt them. I did some dumbass shit in school. And if there was 4K video proof of me doing that, I think I would be fucking depressed.
Yeah.
Like,
I would hate going to school as well.
Now, obviously, I imagine it sucks because it's understandable that should teachers have to enforce taking stuff off of kids? Probably not. That's a whole different job, and a kid's gonna have.
It should be the parents' responsibility.
Yeah.
And kids are probably gonna get smart because they'll have multiple phones.
They'll have multiple phones.
Like there are so many workarounds. I imagine. Like it is a losing battle, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it is a thing that like it sucks. But I'm not a parent. I'm not trying to parent. But it just seems like being a kid now is so much harder. Like being able to be a kid and experience like fucking up, learning things, just seems hard now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have turned around to this idea where I think being a kid was always hard in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, of course it was.
Problems that we had. Kids are pretty. I'm sure there is this discussion every generation that comes along, and at the end of the day, I think just it all comes down to parenting style and whatever. The environment itself is something that is not always going to be in your control, but in terms of just having a good parenting style that teaches your kid what is important and what isn't important. Imposing your own self rules is, I think, something that is equally important and something that we should be paying maybe even more attention to.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can have the best system in the world, but if you have bad parents
That's true.
that don't give a shit, the kids still gonna have a hard time.
But I just think that good systems help. Or
Yeah, the
enable
good systems definitely
parenting,
help.
right? Like,
Yep,
not
for
that
sure.
I don't fucking know what good parenting is.
Yeah.
I can barely
We'll figure it out eventually.
I live off Uber Eats. I can't talk about what is a good parenting or not,
Yeah.
right? Like, but it just seems hard. It seems hard to be a kid.
Yeah, and again,
And,
you never know. Like when and if we have kids, that we might fucking flip our opinions on it.
Yeah.
So we don't
Yeah.
know what this, right? But at least as far as we see it, and maybe the nostalgia is talking again. Yeah, just
It's just like when I see like videos of kids fighting online, like in school. I'm like, why am I seeing this? Like, why is this a thing that I can see?
yeah.
Bro, this happened to you though.
Yeah, I thought, but like,
Yeah.
it wasn't filmed and uploaded.
It wasn't fucking World Star.
Yeah, right. Like that feels like that is a vulnerable thing and something that it just happens in schools. Like
Yeah.
these fights are going to happen. I don't think like a kid getting his fucking ass beat should be uploaded to the internet, because then there'll be a caption like "this bully gets destroyed," and it's like, wow, good for the kid sticking up for himself. Why am I seeing this?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I shouldn't see this. This should not be something I'm allowed to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Even when I was watching that documentary about this, these school kids, like, I don't know how old these kids, because the kids are in this documentary talking about it.
Right.
I don't know how old these kids are. They seem very, very young.
Right.
And it feels very wrong that these kids who are nearly like 18 or are 18, I don't know, are talking about something that happened in school, talking about their classmates. And I'm like, I just don't think an 18-year-old should be talking about the situation.
No,
Like, I feel like this is too fresh. And like,
this shouldn't be a problem to begin with.
they have all the body cam footage that they're showing of it. Not that this is completely unrelated, but again, all this stuff, I feel like I shouldn't be seeing this. Like, this is stuff that I shouldn't be allowed to see. And videos from school, I shouldn't be allowed to see on Twitter.
Yeah, keep that shit in the school.
Like, I really, really hate the fact that, kids
So-
are so worried about fucking up.
So the biggest issue you have isn't with the education system. It's just with social
It's
media.
social media.
Yeah.
Goes back to tech and internet.
Yeah, because I'd be like, yo, hop on Club Penguin when you get home tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking fire. It
Yeah.
was a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that shit now.
Yeah,
Hop on
I know.
Fortnite. Great. While some guy's trying to like get in my DMs because he found out I was 12.
I mean, I think the biggest thing kids are growing up learning is that, anyone can be a star at any time at the flick of a switch sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Terrifying.
it's just lucky.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
They don't realize that they have the rest of their life to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
They think that it needs to happen now during their vulnerable state, during their, during the time of their life where they don't even know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you expect them to like turn that side of the brain off when it's literally in their pocket at all times, even in school?
What was it like? I think it's like Sam Altman. He said something like he thinks people are going to get dumber now because AI is going to fill in the gaps for a lot of people.
Right.
You think people are going to get dumber now? Because they are required to think less?
I feel it's too multifaceted
challenged
to say
less.
yes or no.
I'm sure, like, maybe would you argue the same argument could be made if when the internet was a thing? Because
I don't think so, because I think that enabled a source of information that was not available. And there wasn't, like, you still, if you wanted to learn something, you still had to go to quite a bit of effort on your own to go through it, understand it, process the information,
Yeah.
discern right from wrong.
I think
fact and
knowledge,
fiction.
if anything, I'm not sure if dumber is the right word. I think knowledge is going to be more specialized. For example, like, to be an engineer, you obviously have to understand maths, but for the life of me, I can't do fucking mental arithmetic. That's a basic skill.
No, yeah.
That's, long form division. I don't know how to do that, but I got a master's being able to do like second order differential equations.
Yeah, me too.
And I think with the age of AI,
masters.
sure, people are going to think less maybe for like general knowledge and stuff like that, because that'll be something that humans can rely on AI as a tool. But I think in general, that just means it gives mental freedom for people to focus on more specialized knowledge that can't be done via AI. This is me being optimistic about it.
Yeah, we'll see.
At least, yes.
We'll see.
Yes.
Yeah. This is
see.
me being optimistic about tech.
Yeah.
But
Wait a couple of
I just
years.
want to play devil's advocate.
All right, we'll see. All right,
Yeah,
next
yeah.
up. What's next?
Next up.
All right. 2000s versus 2020s music. God, this is
All right, Jay.
this is the most fucking Alex pick I've ever seen. Fuck, man. This is so it's so subjective.
Look, I listen to Daft Punk and Jamiroquai, so I think it's pretty obvious
Yeah, that's just
where my
90s.
tastes are going to be. Yeah.
90s and 2000s.
Like 2000s for me.
For me, okay, for this, we're not going to delve on this too deeply, obviously, because I don't know if you guys have any deep opinions on this at all.
Beeps and boops. I actually don't have an opinion.
No.
Yeah, I think we'll keep this short. I think neither is better than the other because it completely depends on the genre. Some genre, I think pop music is better than it's ever been now.
Mm-hmm.
But you go back to some other stuff like, say, because again, it depends on what you like at the end of the day. Because I feel like, okay, yeah, Kanye West Graduation era, I think everybody can agree is better than the shit he's making now. I don't think even the most hardcore Kanye fan can tell you that, you know what? We missed the 2000s Kanye. Definitely.
Yeah, but do you
Eminem,
think there is a best period of music? Not 2000s versus 2020s. Do you think there is a best period of music?
Depends what you like. At the end of the day. Okay, let's say
you like rock and roll, there's so many different eras that you could like a lot.
It's like
60s punk was really fucking cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. If you look at like punk music, right? I think most people will tell you that the beginnings of punk, like late 70s, early 80s was definitely where it was the peak. You look at say metal music, okay, it depends how Puritan are you with these different genres, right? Whereas if you're just a general music enjoyer, I think 2020s I would pick 2020s over 2000s because music has just evolved more in those 20 years. And there is just more, I guess, maybe I would almost say less gatekeepiness in the 2020s than compared to the 2000s.
I don't know, because I think about this, and this is probably going to be a fucking misinformed take as someone who does not know anything about music. I look back at 2000s music, and obviously I have major nostalgia over 2000s music.
Sure.
Because that's the era I grew up in. Are there songs that I liked as a kid that I think that my kids will listen to and be like, yo, that was a banger song? I don't know. Do you think that our kids are going to look back at this era of music in the same way we look back at our parents' generation?
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
You think so?
I think
Yeah,
kids
I
are
think so.
already starting to do that. I mean, look at the fact that fucking The Weeknd
I was
brought
gonna
back
say
the
the-
sound of the 80s.
Yeah, The Weeknd, I feel like will be that in 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, do you think people will listen to shit like, I don't know, Papa Roach or Sum 41 and be
Dude,
like,
people stopped listening to Papa Roach 3 years after they broke out. No one fucking listens to Papa
I'm
Roach.
sure there'll be music like that.
yeah. But when I hear it, it hits different.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but that's the thing, right? Is that it completely depends on A, what kind of music you even gravitate towards on a personal level. B, how much nostalgia music plays, because I would say music more than any medium plays on nostalgia more than anything.
Yeah.
And 3, it depends on how open you are to today's music. If you're completely shut off from today's music and you're just nah, anything past 2010 is all shit and I don't care for it because it's new and I'm going to stay in my little hug box of the stuff that I grew up with, then yeah, obviously music today is going to suck. But that fucking, the Snake album there, the new Deftones album is fucking amazing. The Weeknd stuff, fucking amazing. There's great music coming out today. It's just, it all depends on how you even consume the medium to begin with.
Yeah, well, okay, let's talk about, I guess, I feel like there was good music if you look out for it, whatever era, whichever one of these eras.
Yes.
What about kind of pop culture in terms of what songs and what artists are dominating dominated modern culture of that time?
What do you mean by that?
As in,
you're saying great music is being made now, and I agree
Yeah.
with you. Great music is being made now. I think great music is always being made.
Yes.
I think when it comes to discussing which era is better, it's more of like discussing what are the artists and songs that defined that era of music. You know, is this because obviously each era, each decade has different vibes, a different artist that kind of like defines the era of that music.
Yeah.
Like for example, rock and roll. It's not like it stopped existing in these eras, but
Yeah.
it definitely is.
It's not the zeitgeist anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, totally.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's the thing, right? Is that like, I think, say for example, you know, hip hop more than anything today is like the driving force. I would even argue that in some respect, hip hop is popular music because it's and especially when you compare it to like the 2000s, it is so much more in the zeitgeist today than it ever was. But then you say, look at, you know, say like Deftones, for instance. They were definitely in their peak in the 2000s or even earlier than that, right? But they're still around today and they're still making great music. So it's hard to define as a whole because each genre has moved and shifted in completely different ways. And it depends on like, in your mind, if you're thinking of it in like a Puritan status, it's like, okay, in your mind, where do you personally view the genre fell off? Or where do you personally view it as it peaked? Is it commercial level? Is it like quality level? Depending on how you define it. It's like too multifaceted, I feel. I feel like, though, at the end of the day, pop music, I think, is so much more interesting today than it has ever been because people are more open to different genre combinations.
I'm listening to any of this shit.
The fact that country music is coming back now is like, no one fucking saw that coming in the 2000s.
I didn't even know it was gone or that it was back.
Yeah.
Or anything to do with country music. I'll be honest with you.
Okay, well, I'm talking to the wrong crowd here.
I'm sorry. I wish I could engage with you more here.
Yeah.
My straight up answer is like,
Neither.
it's too broad of a topic. But I will say 2020's music is probably better because there's more experimentation now because there's just been more time to
Also
experiment
more
with
access
genres.
to making music.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
And also just the fact that the internet has granted independent musicians to actually have a fucking chance.
Yeah.
In the
SoundCloud rappers, God bless.
well, not even yeah.
I know, I was kidding. I was kidding.
No, but like that's the thing though. Like, you know, sites like Bandcamp now are actually giving independent artists who probably had close to zero chance of ever breaking it into the mainstream now, because of the internet, actually have a chance to like get a fan base and make money and sometimes be more successful than these quote unquote mainstream artists. Whereas in the 2000s, if you weren't part of a major label, you had no fucking chance.
Yeah.
You know? So I think
think
2020s is better in terms of music.
Yeah, you have to be good to rise to the top.
Yeah,
Or
you
have great
actually have to be
marketing.
good. Yeah, good marketing, or you actually have to be good or be actually unique to stand out.
Yeah.
Let's
You
do the
know?
final slide then to this
So-
episode. All right, Joey, take it away.
2000s versus 2020s fashion.
I mean,
well, you know, jorts are coming back, right?
everything comes back.
Yeah.
What I've learned is that everything comes back.
Yeah.
Denim is coming back now.
The only thing that doesn't come back is like fucking 1930s and 1950s.
Like the pugilist era.
like Victorian fits.
Yeah.
But then, you know, Lolita and I even got recommended this one subreddit. I don't even know what it was called. It was some fashion term I'd never heard of.
Okay.
People loved it. And it seemed like Lolita to me, but I guess it was adjacent to Lolita.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I think fashion is literally whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. I think 2020s is probably better in this case as well because now people have more freedom to be independent and like self-expressive.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I will tell you one thing.
2000s has emo.
I
and
was going to
that's
say, I'll tell you one thing that I don't fucking miss is the emo and scene kids fashion.
You don't miss that?
I do not miss that.
No, I think
I
think
hated it
emo-
back then and I still hate it
Bro,
now.
fuck off. You.
It's- I
It was
don't
cringe
care.
back then.
I don't care. It is cringe. It's
don't care,
cringe.
man.
And look, if
I
that
don't
made
know.
you
I-
happy, then good on you.
I won't lie. I hate mullets.
Dude, same.
Mullet has an aura to it of like, you just like, I don't want to fucking hang out with that kind of person.
I look at a mullet and I'm like, I don't know why. I can't prove it, but you probably beat your wife. You know, like I
On my flight back this morning, there was 3 dudes next to me who had mullets.
Yeah.
And they were the exact type of personality you thought they were.
Yeah.
And when the plane was taken off, I saw his phone and it was just him scrolling through Instagram. Every single post looked like another fuckboy at another party. I'm not kidding. It was the exact kind of like, look, I'm guilty. I love a good phone snoop of strangers. I
Yeah.
love seeing what strangers, like what they follow and what their feed looks like.
True.
Yeah, the mullet energy, not one I fuck with.
No, not at all. Did you ever own a pair of skinny jeans?
Yeah, I used to exclusively wear skinny jeans.
Oh, really?
Up until like 4 years ago.
Oh, shit,
4 or
really?
5 years ago, I used to wear only skinny jeans.
I don't think I've ever owned a pair of skinny jeans.
But I'm like the worst person to wear them because I have such fat ass
Yeah,
legs.
I was gonna say, like, how did you?
Out.
How did you get them on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Uniqlo stretch jeans.
Oh,
I would have low taper. So bottom would taper. And then the top was like normally baggier.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. 2000s is just better. Just
You're just playing devil's advocate and I respect it, Garnt. You know what you know what? Like the fucking hip hop fashion and baggy fashion.
Yeah, because this was at the peak of the bling era. as
that was
well.
fun. That was fun. I
That
missed
was fun. I will admit.
2000s was a fun era for fashion. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it was all good. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it was good for
Yeah.
we're only saying that because we're looking back at the 2000s. We're gonna look back at the 2020s and be like, "Yo, this is so cringe."
Well, I
man.
think
course,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
like certain things will keep and other things will drop.
Yes.
What do you
with
mean?
Every fashion, like even like from here and stuff. I think some of this stuff, some fashion aspects we've kept on to, and other ones that we've just
Well, no,
we've got
because
rid of. Like
fashion just goes in a circle anyway.
Yeah, it
it's
does,
there.
it does.
There'll be a time, probably in 10 years, where 2000s fashions comes back, and there'll be.
I would argue it's already back.
Uh,
And you know what? Didn't come back with it? The emo and scene kids.
you know,
Because it evolved into golf.
I saw someone who and I've made this argument on Trash Station before, and I'll make it again. There was a post I saw on Twitter that they were talking about. There was like some extravagant looking suit. It was like crazy. It had like capes and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, why can't men wear this? And then someone quote retweeted, had like 200K likes. They're like, men will make fun of women's fashion and then wear the exact same suit. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. Don't you dare change the suit. That is the one thing that we all have and we all agree this is good and it's enough.
Exactly.
It is the only
Yeah.
piece of fashion that we have as men that we can all rely on and we all agree is acceptable for formal situations.
Yeah.
The suit does not need to be changed. Do not change it. Change aspects of it, upgrade little bits. Don't you fucking dare change the suit. It's
Yeah.
the only thing that we have.
Yeah.
Hopeless men who know nothing about fashion, they know they can put on that damn suit and they'll look good. It's the only thing we have.
Facts.
Don't change it.
Say it louder.
That's right. That's what I mean. Don't fuck with the suit. It is ours.
It is. It is.
When you talk to girls like, I don't know what dress I'm going to wear. Boys, I'm like, I know what I'm going to wear. A motherfucking suit.
I have one choice.
And thank God we have that
Yeah.
because we don't have to think. We just got to get that goddamn suit and we hope we fit in it.
We
That's
hit
all.
peak hundreds of years ago.
And you know what? There has never been a case where you don't be like, God damn, you look good. When your friends wearing the suit, you
Yeah.
all think like, God, he dressed up.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
great.
Immaculate.
It's you know what I mean? It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Men, do not change the suit. We've hit gold. Let's
We
stick
have.
with it. If
Yeah.
other men want to add
It's
things
worked
to it,
for
change
hundreds
it.
of years.
Good.
know.
Yeah, let them change it if they want to change it. But
Yeah.
but there are edge cases. Our suit and our core values of the suit will not change. We're keeping the damn suit.
You know what is one like fashion resurgence that I have just never understood how it happened?
What?
How did Crocs become cool?
Because
They moved to like limited drops, and they just changed the whole marketing around it.
Because was this the same thing in the UK where like if back in the 2000s when Crocs came out and you were caught wearing Crocs, then it was like, oh, I can bully you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
because they were marketed at like kids, but now they've kind of gone the hype
I mean,
beast route.
they're still marketed to kids.
Yeah,
Like,
but they're more hype beast now.
yeah.
But now it's Birkenstocks, bro.
No,
Yeah, Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks have been around for a long time.
Yeah, but Birkenstocks are in now.
No,
I wear them. I know.
dude, Birkins were around in like fucking 20.
No, I'm telling you,
12.
they've replaced the croc meta.
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
You know what
When
the meta is right now? It's jorts and Crocs.
No, Crocs.
Yes, it is.
Crocs are out, bro.
Jorts and Crocs,
Crocs are
are
out.
the big combo now in the fashion world. And you know what? If you asked me 20 years ago that this was going to be the hot thing, I would have been like, I don't want to live on this planet.
I'm gonna die on my birch.
I'm
chat.
gonna die.
I'll die on my
You're telling me
birch.
2020's fashion is superior.
I mean, yeah, kind
Either
of.
way, I hate fashion.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to Jerry.
Okay.
I don't know anything on what I'm talking about.
Okay. Okay.
But thanks so much for watching
Yeah.
this episode of Trash Taste. Let us know down below if you agree
Hey.
with our thoughts, and if not, why? Let's have a discussion down below.
Yes.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. Hey, look at all these patrons, though. I'm
Look at all
sure.
of them, so sexy.
I'm sure. Which one are you
beautiful.
nostalgic for? Or which one do you prefer? Let us know. And hey, while you're at it, if you go over to our Patreon, then you can watch weekly exclusive Patreon-only content. We have one that you guys can go check out right after this one. We don't play a clip of that.
Man, I really
We let
don't know.
our staff have
20 seconds. I'm going to say...
I'm going to go here. I don't know.
It's such
from
a
where-
gamble, dude. That looks like 95% of Japan.
Oh! I was so far away.
It was, where was it? Hyogo.
Hyogo.
Yeah,
I was
Kobe,
I
near
was
Kobe.
so close to putting South Osaka initially.
Wait,
was-
who's in Kyushu?
I'm in Kyushu.
So I'm the closest. Garnt is the furthest.
Damn.
I was 180 kilometers away.
But hey, if you want to check that out and support the show in the process, head on over to patreon.com/trashtaste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us your memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.